It's finally race time here at Marina Bay, and a warm welcome to all of you joining us for the action. The wait is almost over. It's time for the Singapore Grand Prix. We're here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit today, located in the heart of Singapore. The circuit consists of 23 corners, 13 to the left and 10 to the right. It's a track that's incredibly technical, so don't expect to see the drivers taking too much at full throttle.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Yes, it is round 9 Singapore to Formula 4 Racing. This is the European division. I am Simi Skate. To the left of me is Hello there, Housey. How are you there, buddy?
I'm all good, man.
That's the
Glad
way.
to be here, as always.
Yes, mate. Yes, you've held the fort there on a couple of weeks on your own there, mate. Much appreciated there, Housey. But yes, I am.
I've got a friend this week.
I am awake, and I'll tell you what, we've got some boys in the chat already. We've got Droftash saying good evening, good morning, depending on which part of the side of the coin you fall on. We've got Ramsell, we've got your good self there, mate, and DJ Death. Oh, the resident Arnie, come on. How are you, DJ?
Yes.
Good luck to all the boys out there. And yes, we are presenting this one. It has been a little bit of it's been a little while since I've jumped on comms for the European boys. And I tell you what, Housey, I am excited, mate. I'm looking forward to this one, buddy. It's been quite a while. I can't remember exactly when the last, when the last one I did for them was. I think it might have been either the Netherlands last season or maybe China. I'm not too sure. Callum, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see all the boys. And I tell you what, I am pumped, mate. I'm absolutely pumped. We've got a couple of reserves in at the moment. We've got Mikey, we've got Kaiser, and we've also got Bloomstar is in there as well as a reserve. Kaiser, there he is there. And what a livery that one is. That is the reserve livery there, folks. So we're just trying to figure out who was the first one out there on track. And yes, it is. Yes,
it's a Jaguar.
It certainly is the resident Jaguar. All these European boys were, ironically enough, we did have a draw, and these European boys were all picked that drove for Team Jaguar, all picked in Team Jaguar again, and it was just the luck of the draw how that happened. But it was quite amazing. I remember the driver draw, and yes, we couldn't believe it, and well, it happened, and Team Jaguar, the only carryover team from last season, and that is the livery there. So, Paul Watson, first one to blink there, mate, and looking forward to seeing how he gets on.
Yep, indeed, me too. Obviously, like you said, I've had this one covered for a few weeks now, done it a few times, and it's been some very, very good racing, actually. Obviously, I know you've seen the streams back and stuff like that, but there have been some really good racing. Really good racing. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, we had a bit of a chat about it. I think it was last stream you did there, brother. And, I jumped in. I think it was I jumped in stream or something like that. I can't quite remember. Yeah. But it put you on your toes, and that was not the intention. It was quite funny, the bit of a big conversation we had to follow. But, that was not the intention, Housey. Just checking up on your good self to see your brilliant work as always. And we do appreciate everything that you've done there, brother.
Yeah, it was nice to see you, but you definitely threw me a doozy there. I wasn't expecting it at all.
Well, I don't think I was expecting it, to be fair, as well. So, Paul Watson to get us underway here in Team Jaguar, and let's just see how he attacks this magnificent street circuit here at Singapore. Absolutely brilliant. I don't mind this track at all, and I do know there are a couple of the European lads who are excited for this one here as well. And interesting to note, Housey, after 5 weeks of bloody trying to get a replay, getting that all sorted, I managed to work it out, and there is no problems there anymore.
Yep, I caught that earlier on. I did see it. Got to use it a couple of times with the safety cars that we had in the Australian side.
I did, mate, yes.
So yeah, you're well adept at that now.
Yeah. Well, it only took 5 weeks, but we got there in the end there, mate. We got there in the end. Ramsell, yes, I am hanging out, Ramsell. Good to see the chiropractor in the chat as well, and looking forward to seeing how he gets on as well. Like I did touch on, it's been quite a while since I've done the European lads, and, there you go. Paul Watson just lighting up the track map, of course, the first one out there on track. You'll see magenta, 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 to quote the good old Mad G. But yes, he is the first one out on track. And, well, the benchmark timer in the Aussie side of it was about a 38.5, roughly, was the cutoff time in Q1. So it'd be interesting to see what the cutoff time here is in the European division. I do know that a couple of the quick boys, i.e. Infamous Pillars, does like to take note on what the Aussie boys do as a pole position as a bit of a bencher. And there you go, Paul Watson with a 139.5 and Kaiser, whack, with a 37.5. Behind him, is that Ramsell? No, it is not. It is teammate of Droftas. I do apologise, Droftas. Yes, pot one driver. Droftas is, well, a 35.8. And Infamous Pillars, there he is there with a 35.6. There are a couple of lads out there on track that are the Monster Energy Racing boys, and I think one of them might be Xerxes, and he's just getting himself underway. And yes, a special mention to Albo. We do welcome him to the league, of course. He's making his debut, and yeah, he's making his debut, and there he is there, Albo. So I think he joined through the Aussie stream. I'm not too sure. Recognise that name, and well, there you go. So he's got his first race here at Singapore in Monster Energy, I do believe. Well, I'm not too sure what livery that one's meant to be.
Not the right livery.
No, it is not. So
yeah, I think it's. Is he supposed to be a rock star? Because I think we had a rock star driver drop out.
Well, spot on, because we've only. You are right there. Yeah, Rockstar, because there's only 3 orange dots. We're missing a couple of laps here, but we're giving the debutant some bit of airtime, and there he is there, just, well, prepping his car for possibly another lap, so to speak. Everything's turned off, and just cruising around he is. So we'll go down to Xerxes. There is Xerxes there, yes. Oh, when he's invalidated, unfortunately. We've also got Denge. Denge is out there as well, and Bloomstar. I'm not too sure what's happened to Bloomstar, but his name is all greyed out there, Housey.
Yep, I didn't catch that either. I was too busy looking around, but obviously it's nice track to be able to, well, make the mistakes. You know, obviously it's a bit better than Monaco, but obviously the barriers are pretty close, and one little mistake and that can cost you. And obviously, I think unless he's just retired from the session.
Yeah, I'm not too sure there, bud, but I do know that, obviously, with the Australian side that was previous to this one, the boys that were out there in Q1 especially, that were doing, running 4 laps, obviously, just to get a half decent time in, the longer they spent on that soft compound, the slower the times got, to be fair. They just couldn't get the purchase. And we'll just talk about a bit of the tyre life here at Singapore, especially. Just the burn rate on the tyres is huge. I mean, the soft compound is almost it's a throwaway tyre, isn't it, Housey?
Yeah, I think what you're talking 5, 6 laps.
Yeah,
maximum. Probably
mate.
Done on the soft.
Yep.
Especially after, well, obviously it depended on whether you've got a fresh set you might get a little bit longer, but if you've used a set in Q2, then you're probably talking 5, 6 laps, although we did have Nodsty do 12 laps on the softs earlier in the Australian side, which was quite impressive.
That was, mate, I even got him in, we had him in for a driver interview, finished P2, and just to see how he tackled that, I've never seen anything quite like it, but all credit to him. But we'll forget about the Aussie boys. This is the European boys, and this is where it is at. We are currently watching Xerxes, or X, if you want to call him X, and that is Monster Energy Racing. Number 19 is the lad, and let's just see what time he can do in, his second run, of course, invalidated the first one, but he sets a 1 minute 37.0, and there he is. Well done, Xerxes. Good lap. We'll flick to Denge, and Denge, yes, the pot 2, excuse me, Jaguar driver, and there he is there, just going over the Anderson Bridge. Fantastic stuff, and hitting that hairpin. Well, he took it in 4th gear. Fantastic, and I'm looking forward to seeing how all these boys get along. It's been quite a while, as I did touch on, and Denge has set a purple second sector, so interesting to see what time he can do, of course.
Indeed, a few guys got Mazepin also on an outlap at the moment, so we'll flick back to him in a bit. Yet to set a time. Yep. LP, Total Ps, and Denge and Mazepin all yet to set a time. they're going to be looking to get themselves on a decent position on the board.
As Danger's about to round this last corner, mate, and he's about to set his first fire of it. Hey, a 36.0. Great stuff by him.
Winner last week, of course, Andenge. Took the podium on his birthday.
Ooh.
It was quite nice for him.
It would have been great for him, mate. Unfortunately, Total Peace has invalidated, so we'll flick to Mazzaspin there, mate. As we welcome Infamous Pillars to the chat. How are you, amigo? Yes, quite safe in the pit lane with a 1 minute 35.6 is our provisional pole sitter, of course, albeit in a Q1 session. And, well, what's happened to Paul Watson? Paul Watson has binned it. Well, we're watching Mazzaspin tackle this magnificent lap. Yeah. And, yeah, he has absolute... Sector 1, I think. 4. Yeah, Sector 1.
Turn 4, just out of turn 3 on the exit. I think probably just too much on the loud pedal. Probably flicked him into the wall. That's where his car's stuck on a track map.
Well, we've got Droftas in the chat saying, did Bloom die? Well, we missed what happened to him, mate. And, yeah, well, very early doors. That name went all grey on the timing tree there, and I'm not too sure exactly what happened with Bloomstar. But yeah, he has not set a lap and looked like he made a bit of an error there on his outlap. So
Pease.
I think Pease has invalidated this run. So Mazzaspin sets a 138.1, puts in P11 for now, mate. For now, we've also got All Shot Down about to get his second run underway. There also is Chewy Racing about to get his lap underway as well. Chewy, there's a name I haven't read out in quite a while. So good to see all these boys back out on track. And yeah, very, very excited, Housey, if you couldn't tell already, mate.
Yeah, he's very excited for 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I never heard someone so excited at that time.
It's crazy.
You certainly wouldn't find me that excited anyway.
Well, you'd be surprised what a couple of espressos does, and away we go, my friend. We've got All Shot Down out there as well, as Xerxes has just joined the Twitch chat. And yes, mate, yes, it is me. All Shot Down, tackling this lap. He's sitting on a 1 minute 39.2 at the moment. Right on the cusp is the lad, and yeah, we've got just Mikey with a 38.8. Have a look how close that is towards the knockout area, mate. So we're going to be losing, well, according to that, another 3 more drivers. So we've already lost Paul Watson. We've already lost Bloomstar. Unfortunately, we're looking for another 3 more. And there's a couple of lads that are not accustomed to being down in that part of the, well, the timing chart so early in a Q1 session. And this one is one of them. No exception to Total Peas. So here comes Total Peas around the last corner now. He sets a 1 minute 36. Boy, he's turned that up. 36.3. And that is a great lap from him.
Indeed, obviously the championship leader is Total Peas. Normally does a stellar job.
Whoa, an All Shot Down around the last corner has spun.
Oh,
and, well, there you go. He was on for an absolute blinding lap. And, well, he'll have to reset and go again. How much time? How much time is left in this session? I'm not too sure. Oh, there you go. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So there's still plenty of time to, well, go in the pit lane and possibly throw on a new set and have another crack at it. So currently watching Mazzaspin, he's set a 1 minute 38.1 at the moment, puts in P13. We've got just Mikey there, right on the cusp. So he's still in the pit lane. There's still 5.5 minutes remaining, folks. So there is plenty of time. Anything can happen, and usually does, is what we always like to say there, Housey.
Indeed. I like to keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
So it is Mazzaspin that's furthest along the lap, and the only one who is generally on a lap at the moment. Obviously racing for the Golf Racing. Had a little bit of up and down, but there's some more to come from Mazzaspin, I do feel, although he's just now exited the track, getting out of the way.
Well, I tell you what. Let's go down to the Rooster. The Rooster, that is LPE. And yes, I've just been informed by the good old Droftas. Looster the Rooster. Sorry, folks. Looster the Rooster is the nickname that LPE nicknamed himself. which is quite funny. Looster the Rooster! And yes, here he comes. He's on his outlap, of course. Let's not get too excited as Albo has retired from the session. Quite happy with a 1 minute 37.8. And welcome to the league, Albo. I hope you're enjoying your time as Energetics doing what the Energetics thing that nobody can understand, really. And welcome, Energetics. How are you, mate? Unfortunately, you're not driving. You're not on the grid. So, yes, he is a bit devastated himself. And, yeah, well, we'll see you next week, Energetics. We'll see you, Energetics. So, yes, LPE, Looster the Rooster, number 2, Team Jaguar. And let's just see what he's got in his pocket, of course. We've got 4 minutes remaining in this session. And look at all the boys up the top from P11 and upwards. They're all quite happy with their efforts there, mate. All retired in the pit. Oh, what a tank slapper that Looster the Rooster got. And, yeah, there you go. He's managed to keep all 4 wheels pointing in the northerly direction. And away he goes. Well, easterly if you're in Singapore anyway.
He's got a bit of a looster rear end.
I think so. Hey, there it is. There
we go.
We're away.
Just while he was talking there, Bannister's managed to get himself out of the drop zone. He was 16th, but he set 1:38.386 to move himself into 14th out of the drop zone.
Well, there you go. So, yes, Looster the Rooster set a purple second sector, which is fantastic by him. Let's just see what time he can do. Looking forward to seeing how LPE is getting on, of course, in this game. Of course, he was, well, most of these boys were all members of Formula 4 last season, and I do touch on it in the Aussie streams that I was a fan of this league before I became a part of it. Oh, and geez, I'm not too sure what happened there. Just a slight brush to the wall, but Looster the Rooster sets a 1 minute 38.1 P13, and that pulls him well and truly out of the drop zone there, how's he?
Indeed, he does. Good lap from him. Bannister's going again after making himself 14th, as I just said. He's currently dropped down to 15th now with that lap from LP. So he's right on the cusp, but he's going again, and he is up on his time. He'll be the next car across the line. Just exiting turns 22 and 23 now. Is he going to take the line? And he improves to 12th with a 1:37.926, so that should be safe for Bannister.
Yeah, I would think so. But we've got Just Mikey out there as well, and Just Mikey, he's gone purple in the second sector there, mate. And he's 5 tenths up on his previous best. So the boys who have just set times, just hold your horses just for a little bit, because I think this is about to change again. So, we'll just see what Just Mikey can do. Yes, of course, Just Mikey is a reserve. And, well, there is a bit of a livery glitch that we did experience in the Aussie side. I'm not too sure if he's got the right one on, but we'll call it the livery glitch. And let's just see how Just Mikey gets on. He's around that last corner now. He sets a 1 minute 37.9, and that is P14, how's he?
Yeah, just outside the drop zone. So we've got Mazepin, Callum Tyler and All Shot Down, who are in the drop zone at the moment, all out on outlaps, so hoping to change that order for themselves.
We'll stick with All Shot Down, of course. Yes, he's the furthest one along. He needs to set a better time than a 1 minute 38.1 to get himself safe. And, well, if anyone can do it, I dare say all these boys can, of course. Yes, it's going to be very, very close. P15 is Looster the Rooster, that in LPE, and that is a 1 minute 38.1. Just 700ths ahead of Mazepin, so it is extremely close down the knockout zone at the moment, and will be interesting to see what cutoff was. As I did touch on early doors, the cutoff time for the Aussie side was about the 38.5 mark, so we're roughly there and thereabouts. So, oh, hang on a minute, Kaiser has binned it. There he is there, and he's in the wall, he's out. We're only looking for another 2 more. Kaiser is out, and, well, unfortunate from that lad as a reserve, but yes, he is in the wall just before the Anderson Bridge, and, well, there you go. That is all she wrote for Kaiser, but let's hold our horses here, mate, because All Shot Down is just purple to second sector. It seems like the sector to purple at the moment, so there you go.
Yep, it's just coming through this past the floating grandstand and under the tunnel here. Turns 18, 19, through the right-hander of turn 20, and the left-hander of 21, These double lefts, 22 and 23. Singapore flyer and under the Ben Schroeder's bridge. Crosses the line with an 8th position, 137.4, so comfortably out of the drop zone. So who else is left out there, Skate?
We've got Mazepin is
Mazepin.
next, and then it'll be Callum who will be directly after him. So Mazepin is in the second sector. Well, he's almost level pegging with his previous best. He's currently a 10th slower, and he's just invalidated. Oh, he's run a little bit wide there, and that's his session done. We'll flick down to Callum, and yes, him like many others.
The middle sector.
Exactly right there, Housey is just absolutely purpled that middle sector, as you just did touch on, and well, it seems like the sector's purple, so we'll see what Callum can do. Of course, yes, he wants to be out of this drop zone. He wants to participate in a Q2. That is Team Rockstar, folks, and let's just see what Callum's got in his bag.
He had a good result last week. I think it was a 6th or something. I think I'll have to check back, but he also got the driver of the day last week, so let's see what he's going to set here. Does he get himself out?
There you go.
Moves himself to 9th. 137.739 if you don't mind, and that is our session done.
Well, gee, that went by like the blink of an eye there, Housey. That was a quick session to get done and dusted, and well, there you go. Let's wait for this timing screen to roll up, and of course, the inaugural champ, the Amigo, infamous Pillars, on top of the timing charts, albeit a Q1 session. His sparring partner there in Droftas in P2 and Denj, P3, total Ps, and Xerxes donning the Japanese flag, which is absolutely brilliant from him. But we have lost Bloomstar, Paul Watson, Mazepin, LPE, Just Mikey, and Kaiser, unfortunately, will not participate. Of course, we did see him into the wall there, and there you go. So we've lost 6 drivers. We'll only to lose another 4 more in a Q2 session. So there you go.
Yeah, 2 reserves there that we've lost in Kaiser and Bloomstar. So the 3rd reserve, Just Mikey, making it through.
So roll on Q2, and yes, it is the strategic session, of course. We do touch on it for all the newcomers out there. Whatever time you set your quickest lap on, whatever tyre compound you choose to do that on, is a tyre you will start this Grand Prix on. These boys do know that. So Q2 is very similar to a Q3 in regards to the boys like to get out there, do their laps, whether it be a banker or not, and then come into the pit lane, sit down, wait for the track to rubber in ever so slightly, and then whack, and then they go again. Very similar to how the Q3 sort of plays out, so to speak. So, yeah, here we go, Q2.
This is sandbag central. This session, I've noticed after a couple of weeks of watching these boys, some of them are very good at the sandbag tactics.
They certainly are. They certainly are. Of course, these are not novices. These boys, they're all well aware, and they exactly know who they're racing. Of course, having the luxury of racing with these boys. Well, they're racing with each other for quite some time now. So, Xerxes, the first one to blink. Monster Energy Racing, and there he is.
Interestingly enough, got the softs fitted at this point in time.
Yeah.
Just for a bit of a comparison, like we had in Q1. So the fastest time to be set on a medium in the Australian side earlier on was a 35.973 set by Pot 1 driver driving for Hello Kitty. That was Snooey. So that's the top time, and I think that was P1 as well. He had.
Yeah, he did
in
take
the Q2 session.
Yeah, he pretty much topped the timing charts on all 3 of those sessions, and unfortunately to the Snoo man, after a safety car restart, very close towards the end of the Grand Prix, lit up those rears on the that last corner, which is quite easily to do on cold tyres, and around he went, unfortunately. So. Currently watching Xerxes. Xerxes just going over the bridge there. This is all an out lap, folks. So a fetching lap, to be honest with you, here at Singapore. Quite a long lap. And in real life and on the game, of course, it is the longest timed Grand Prix that we go to. And yeah, so take that as you will. We usually go the full hour, so to speak, in a 50%er. So, yeah, like I said, buckle in, folks. Get yourselves ready. Grab a drink, because this is going to be a sensational race as we're watching Xerxes prep his car quite nicely for this outlap.
Yeah, he's got Sloth and Drofters, I believe. No, it's not Drofters. Sloth's definitely out there. Behind him, it's one of the golf cars. It's Pills. So he's got Pills and Sloth close behind, and then you've got 3 Hello Kitty cars all going out together.
There you go. So I tell you what, I reckon, well, knowing that the Hello Kitty boys got an engineer, we'll have to keep our information output to a minimum. I was only stirring him up. We had a bit of a chat to Hello Kitty team engineer, and yeah, he let me know. And it was a bit of banter going backwards and forwards, but he's a good lad. Big shout out to you there, Walker, and I hope you're doing well, my friend. But we will push on. We are currently watching Xerxes tackle this magnificent track. And Energetics thought I was talking about him. No, Energetics, we were not. But 10 points for effort there, mate. So Energetic saying he's not good, he reckons he's better. But oh well, mate, unfortunately you're not there. So anyway, we will push on there, Energetics. You go eat there, mate, and we'll catch you in a little bit. Make sure you come back, Energetics. Yes, but we are watching Xerxes, of course. You're going to see this timing chart. Magenta, 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 of course. Yes, Xerxes, the first one to set a time. And close behind him is Infamous Pillars. So I'm going to have to be quick with the buttons here to catch Pillars' lap.
Pillars is going quick as well.
Yeah, of course, Pillars is going quick. That's what he's all about. And yes.
Purples, he's lighting it up.
He's lighting it up, is he? Yes, I've got him all ready. So when Xerxes does squash, oh my God. Cross the line, could quickly fix to him. So, that is I Am Sloth that's selected. So we'll go to I Am Sloth for sorry, Pillars, but a 38.7 is what Pillars set. I Am Sloth, the Irishman, sets a 36.9 on a medium, if you don't mind. And great lap by Slothy Boy. Good stuff by him as Total Peas gets himself underway. Where is Droftas on the list? Right down the bottom
just
there.
About exiting. Yeah, it's just exiting the final corner. I'll take him over the line. So he's got soft compound fitted, and he does a 39.
Yeah, these boys are sandbagging. These boys are...
Teammate of DJ next, and then Ramsel it is. So the 3 Hello Kitty cars. DJ did a 37.725 on a medium, put himself second, and Ramsel's just done a 39.461 on the softs to put himself P5.
And we'll quickly flick down to 4MULA4Racing, because I do believe he is next. He most certainly is. And let's just have a look. He's on the medium as well. So those boys on the softs are just setting some banker laps, of course. They are not representative. They went quicker in a Q1 session. So 4MULA4Racing sets a 38.7. And at the moment, that puts him in 4th position. We've also got... Who is that? Is that All Shot Down about to get his lap underway? It most certainly is.
Underway, yeah. And Denge next. And Denge is on a lap, just coming through the final few corners now. I'll take him over the line. He's got the medium tyre fitted. Good racer is Andenge, and he sets the fastest time so far of a 36.062. So good time from Andenge.
Fantastic stuff by him, mate. And All Shot Down is currently out there as well, albeit just starting his lap. We've got Callum directly behind him as well, and Total Peas is out there on track as well. He's the next one yet to set a time here in this Q2 session. He's absolutely on, well, he's on the soft, so... This is probably just a bit of a banking lap, just to see what he can do. Of course, may not be, but he sets a 1 minute 37.8. Excuse me. So, well, if he's gonna, if you look at Andenge, for example, a 36.0 on the medium, these boys can go quicker, which is a blistering lap by these boys. Absolutely fantastic. Just trying to pick up who is next. It is either
the golf car of Chewy. Now he's on a cooldown.
Yeah, I think it's All Shot Down, mate. So we're watching All Shot Down at the moment. That is Monster Energy. Now, according to that screen, it looks like he's got a bit of a front... Oh, no, it's a full front wing. Just looked a bit funny on my sort of screen. But here he comes, All Shot Down. This is a very tricky sector. Yes, it is. On the stream, he's got no left front wheel, but he's driving around quite nicely. Oh, what is going on? But he's got no left front, but it looks like he's got all 4 on, and that's why I couldn't quite work out what was going on, but he says 1 minute 39.2, and well, he's leaving black marks absolutely everywhere he goes. But yeah, that is just the game, playing funny buggers on us, as Callum Tyler sets a 42.3. Yes, these boys have put the sandbags well and truly on. We have got the Extremist about to get his laps underway, and yeah, there he is there. Team Rockstar, the Extremist. He's another great, quick lad, and interesting to see how he fares. He's got the mediums on, so this might be a lap to watch here, how's he?
Yeah, couple of boys out there, but they've invalidated, so we won't worry about them too much for a minute. Who's yet to set a lap time? The Extremist,
Elbow and Bannister.
And Bannister. So Bannister's on his out lap at the moment. Obviously, Elbow is as well. It is. Is it all shot down? I think it is still all shot down. Who's the next on the lap?
I reckon the boys that have
He's
set.
spun it. He's spun it. He's now not got a wheel and a wing, just for good measure. So all shot down, having a bit of a boozy over the Anderson Bridge.
How good's that game?
This car's going to look even funnier now. Look. Yeah. Well, at least he can't knock the wheel off because it's already missing. So.
That's right. That's exactly
just needs
right.
to figure out how to knock the other three off and keep driving, and then he's going to be the race winner.
Well, Back to the Future. Do you remember the hoverboards? So we've got the hover F1 car. But yeah, we will push on. We've got a three-wheeled car, Droftas. Yes, we most certainly do. As we are currently watching the Extremist on the medium. Now, this guy will be setting a representative time. Yes, he is on the medium. The optimum tyre to start this Grand Prix on, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, and let's just see what the Extremists can do around the last corner now. Team Rockstar, he sets a 1 minute 37.8, and that is P4 for now, mate. P4.
Oh, Callum Tyler's just invalidated.
So,
turn 18.
I think it is Bannister yet to set a time. We'll focus on him for a little bit. He's just gone through the second sector. Bannister is Monster Energy Racing, and there he is there. Fantastic stuff, and let's just see what he can do. Of course, yet to set a time here. He's got the soft compound tyre on, as you boys and girls at home can see. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he gets on there, mate.
Albo's just set a magenta first sector. I think he's going to be the next one after Bannister.
Yeah, we'll flick to him straight after this lap. Bannister coming around that last corner now. Let's just see what time he gets on the board. It is a 39.2, and that is P9 for now, mate.
On the softs, it must be said, only one in the top 10 on the softs at the moment is Bannister. So it is LZ, and we did clarify this. He should be the Rockstar Racing team, so his car should be orange, really, but I think he's a bit of a latecomer and new to the league, so we'll let him off this time.
Yeah, I think so, mate.
But it's throwing havoc with me because I keep thinking it's the Rockstar car, being the black dot on the map.
Well,
the monster car, sorry.
Yeah, same. It is quite deceiving, but we'll let this one slide. I'm sure next week you'll have that all sorted out. Like I did touch on early doors, I do believe he did join via the Aussie stream. I'm not too sure, but his name in the chat rings a bell, that Elbow, and I'm pretty sure he did join. Oh, he's invalidated the last corner, but that's not to matter, of course. He's on the soft compound. He's going to have to quickly get back to this pit lane if he wants to set a medium time and have another crack. We've got 4.5 minutes remaining in this session, folks. So, yeah, interesting.
So, is Pills on a lap? I think Pills.
Oh, Xerxes spun! Xerxes has spun! And that is him in the wall, unfortunately. And what is that? Turn 1, 2, 3. And yes, he will have to replace that front wing. I don't think he's going to get an opportunity to go again. He has got no nose. And yeah, safe in third. But he did set that time. Did he set that on a medium? I'm pretty sure he set that on a soft.
Yep, me. Oh, good question. Hang on, let me go to the race director. I might be able to find out.
No, he did set it on a medium. So there you go. The boys have set times on the softs. We'll just flick it to the best. And yes, Totopees, Pillars, Droftas, Bannister, and Pillars, if you don't mind. Pillars has just gone whack with a 1 minute 35.9 on the medium. And Pill's doing a bit of a flex up there as we are currently watching All Shot Down. Oh, that is so deceiving. You can flick to All Shot Down's car and he's driving around with three wheels.
His wing flapping around.
Yeah, it is so deceiving.
Wing flex, now the wheel's not there.
Oh my God. Well, there you go. So there you go. And he's leaving nice black marks everywhere he goes, of course. And as we did touch, he's so hard to get the eye trained to that. As yes, here he comes, All Shot Down. Well, he just started his lap to get himself underway, albeit in P11.
P's about to cross the line.
Oh, there you go. Where is P's?
He just improved with a 135.961 up to P2.
Where is Droftas? Oh, Droftas is fun as well. He's gone a bit deep.
Wall.
And, well, he's still got a full front wing, so very uncharacteristic error there by the Droft man. And, well, there you go. He's still on an outlap, so maybe he's just getting out of the way of some of the boys. So all shot down is, well, in Sector 2, 5/10 up on his previous best. And every time I flick to him, how's he about to say, oh, he's lost a wheel? But no. This is the game that we know and love today. F1 2021, proudly brought to you by Codemasters. So, look at that, would you? Look at that.
Slightly undeveloped, the left front wheel in the game, but yeah.
As we welcome Xerxes to the chat, and he went for a second push lap. Well, there you go, Xerx. But yes, you are quite, at the moment, still 2 minutes remaining, but sitting, well, not too bad there with a 1 minute 37.4. Cracking lap by your good self there, mate. But we are currently watching, oh, Jesus.
Ooh, that was close.
All shot down, kissing the wall there. He crosses the line, and he sets a 1 minute 37.6. P10 right on the cusp, Housey.
Yep, so Pease is on a lap at the moment, although I've got a feeling he's going to back out a bit here.
Yeah, I reckon so too. I think it might be
100%.
We might be watching Callum Tyler here. We're watching Callum, I think, because he is in the drop zone. Yep. P13 with a 1 minute 42.3, and there's a lot more time left in that lap for this lad.
Second and a half up.
Yep.
He's a second and a half up at the moment, so it will be an improvement from Callum, but will it be enough? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, Skate. But we'll see. He's just about to exit the final corner now. It's going to be close. Run thing. He has the mediums on.
Oh,
ninth. Look at that.
There you go.
9.59.
Great stuff by him. Oh, no, and Ramsell. Ramsell has got no front nose, but Droftas, as you did say, is next. He's nearly 2 seconds up. He sets a 35.6.
There we go.
Droftas with a lap and a half. And fantastic stuff by you on top of the timing charts. DJ. Where is our resident Arnie? No, he does not. DJ Death Dragon.
Doesn't improve. Stay seventh.
I think we're going to focus on...
The next car around is Ramsell, but like you said, he's lost his wing.
Yeah, we're going to focus on this drop zone. So, Elbow yet to set a time, and currently out there on an outlap, there is 20 seconds remaining. So, we've got Ramsell who...
shot down is,
Oh, Ramsell. Yeah, and he's
obviously
2 seconds down on his previous best, yeah.
Yeah, he's done. So his time of the 37.6 is the one they're shooting for at the moment, because he's not going to improve that at the moment. Currently the guy that holds 10th. Albo's not got across the line though, has he, here? So he's done.
Well, that's what we thought. That's what we thought, but this game should let him go.
Maybe.
Oh, it hasn't. It let him go in the Aussie side, but it hasn't let him go in the UK side. So, well, very, very interesting to say the least. Elbow run out of time, and he is done. And we've got Xerxes in the chat saying, why is all shot down so low? I don't know, mate. I'm not too sure. But he has survived. He has survived by the skin of his teeth.
Well, and he's missing a wheel.
Well,
he's missing a wheel, man.
He is missing a wheel.
But that front left's low.
I'm sure it's only on our screens. I don't think it'll be on his screen, but he's missing a wheel. He's driving around on 3 wheels there, Xerx. So all credit to the man with a 137.6 on 3 wheels.
Just starting to rain.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Rain,
oh, if this track wasn't tricky enough, just add water, folks. It looks like
it is just starting.
It is just starting. You're spot on there. Eyes like a hawk there, Housey. Great stuff by you. Wet alert Q3 is what Callum is saying. And, well, there you go, folks. So, well, if anyone can handle it, it's these boys, of course. And, well, all credit to them, mate.
Going to make it spicy. Let's hope... the race is wet, actually. I like a bit of wet weather.
Well, Callum's quite happy with his efforts. P11 strat complete. And there you go, Elbow in the chat saying he misjudged the timing. Well, unfortunate by you, mate. And yeah, you did misjudge it by about 10 seconds. So close, but
we never learn.
That's right. Not close enough, unfortunately. But who else? Who's out on track? Oh, there you go. We're just waiting for this timing screen.
No, that's it. It's just the AI cars, yeah.
Droftas, there you go, saying, no, you do not, Pillars. I'll take that top spot, thank you very much, with a 1 minute 35.678. 2 and a bit tenths ahead of Pills with a 35.9. And Total P's, these boys, these are all old sparring partners. Total P's with a 35.9 and Denge with a 36.0. Fantastic stuff. There's a little bit of gap to I Am Sloth, but still a 36.9 is a great time by the little Irishman. We've got Xerxes there with a 37.4. DJ Death Dragon, the resident Arnie, with a 37.7, which is not too bad at all. The Extremist with a 37.8. Have a look how close that is. We've got Chewy Racing surviving with a 38.7. And, well, according to this, it says All Shot Down is out of this session.
I've just seen that. Yeah. I've just seen that myself. Yeah, so we're only going to have 9 cars in Q1. And interestingly, then the top 3 there, Droftus, Pills and Peas, all under the best time set on the medium of Snooey in the Australian side.
Well,
from this morning or earlier on.
We've got the teammate of All Shot Down in Xerxes in the chat saying All Shot's game is showing him in 7th.
We've had this last year. Do you remember Blue had like 2 wheels on his wagon and the screen was showing him like 9th or something, and on his screen he was like 5th or something. So
yeah, that's right, yeah. Xerxes, send your complaints to codemasters.com. I'm sorry, mate. Have a look at it. Oh, as we welcome George to the chat. How are you, my friend? Good to see you supporting the UK boys. And yes, we are in a Q3 session at Singapore. It has just started to rain. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad it's these boys out there and not my great self, because if this track wasn't any difficult enough, just add water, Housey. And that's what we tend to usually say. And well, if it's going to rain anywhere, you wouldn't want it to rain here, of course. Such a tight, twisty, great track. Almost Monaco on steroids, we like to say. And, yeah, well, there you go. So, first one to blink. Is it Infamous Pillars? It is. It is the Amigo.
Pills, yeah,
and he is donning the intermediate. Great to see you there, George. And thank you very, very much, my friend. And sit down, buckle in, get ready for this one. We have got a Q3 session approaching. Well, we're in a Q3 session. Boys have just begun to come out of the pit lane on their outlaps. It has just started to rain. And, well, this is a session that I am on the edge of my seat for, Housey.
Yep, I'm sure the drivers will be too. You just need to, at this point in time, you just need to get out there and check, suss out the conditions, really. This first lap or 2 out of the box isn't about pushing. You need to go out and see where the grip is, see how the track is, and then maybe I would suggest, in my point of view, I would probably go out and do the out lap, probably 1 lap and an in lap, and then come in, sort my stuff out, and then go for a proper lap, to be honest. Just get a bit of research done.
Yeah, I dare say these boys are doing exactly that, of course. The only one still in the pit lane is the Extremist. So we've got 8 cars out there on track at the moment. And Pillars is going to be the first one to get us underway. Yes, of course, the inaugural champ of Formula 4 of last season, donning the number 96. That is Golf Racing there, folks, if you're just new to us. As George has just subscribed. Thank you very, very much, George. Much appreciated, brother. And yes, we do hope you're well. Thank you very much for your subscription. Very much appreciated by you, my friend. But yes, Pillars is about to get his lap underway. Here he comes now. Let's just see how much grip he does have. Look at that throttle pedal. Very, very tentative, just to see if there is grip. And well, we'll call this a bit of a banker here, Housey, because this will be more of an intelligence lap, I dare say.
The banker laps, yeah. It looks, from what I've been watching, it looks wetter in Sector 2 than it does in Sector 1 and Sector 3. So just keep an eye on that spray coming off the wheels, and we'll see whether I'm making it up. But it looked like there was more spray in Sector 2.
Well, there you go, and usually the case. I mean, Singapore in real life tends to, well, it's such a big track, isn't it, Housey? I mean, it can be raining in some parts and others not. So glad to see the game has got some realism in that regard, according to, well, with the weather anyway. And let's just hope, well, when it comes to green go time, when those famous 5 red lights go out, All Shot Down does have 4 wheels on that glorious Monster Energy racing car that he so calls home. And yes, we are watching the Golf Racing Pot 1 driver. That is Infamous Pillars tackle the streets of Singapore. DRS wing wide. Well, it is not. It is disabled. We have got rain falling. I do apologise, folks. You are going to see that track map light up magenta, magenta, magenta. Yes, he's the first one out on track. Yes, this will be a bit of an installation / intelligent lap for when he comes out later on in the session. So what the boys tend to do is just to go out, do a bit of a lap, go back in the pit lane, a little bit of a lull time in a Q3 session, and then whackety whack, whack, whack. They all come out, don't give us any rest, which we absolutely love, and start setting some blistering times. But already, Pillars is quite comfortable at this track by the look of it, and let's just see what time he can do. Is it a 49? No, it is a 50.8, and at the moment, the only one to register a time, as I Am Sloth, who is unfortunately invalidated. Yes, he most certainly has.
DJ next.
DJ Death Dragon. Oh, he's tackled that last corner quite nicely. It's a 53.8. Droftas will be next.
Come along.
Yep, he sets a 51.6. So these are very much sussing out where the grip is, in my opinion. But here comes Chewy Racing, Golf Racing, and yes, he crosses the line. That is a 55.2. We've got Xerxes, who will be next. It is a 53.7. There is Total Peas out there, and he's spun.
No, Peas, you lost it.
Oh, he's spun, and he's lost his front wing, and that is unfortunate from Total Peas, but luckily for him, it is early doors in this Q3 session, so he's got plenty of time to get back around. I Am Sloth currently out there on track at the moment. Yes, donning the number 32. That is Rockstar Racing, folks. And let's just see how I Am Sloth gets along. Yes, albeit a first-timed run in this Q3 session. The rain is still falling. We've only had one wet session in this qualifying session, and that is the session we are currently enjoying at the moment. That is Q3. So let's just see how Sloth tackles this. Very tentative on the throttle, as we all are coming out of corners when it comes wet conditions. And let's just see how he fares, actually. And yes, it is very slippery out there. According to the loud pedal, he's very, very cautious on not to light up those rears. And I've been watching Sloth's progress over the journey, to be honest. Had the pleasure of, well, a lot of these guys having some oh, and Sloth has just brushed the wall. Sloth has just brushed the wall, and that is him. He'll have to go in the pit lane and get his stuff all fixed up. So we've reached that point. We've reached that point quite early, I dare say, Housey, because I reckon all these boys are going to go in the pit lane quite possibly. And
DJ and Droft are both on laps here.
Thank you, mate.
DJ's improving. They're both going to stay out there. So 2 Hello Kitty cars. DJ does a 52.7. Drofters takes top spot with a 50.7.
Well, I'm loving this because
Pillars
is always, he puts him on top, and then Droftas goes, no, you do not, son. And Droftas, to quote the great man, George, in the chat, the new Portonian puts it on provisional pole with a 150.796, just 500ths ahead of Infamous Pillars there, mate. So great to see, absolutely brilliant stuff. Chewy Racing with a 55.2, and we've got 5 minutes remaining in this session. We've got the Extremers currently out there on an outlap, and Denge is furthest along on an outlap, yet to set a time. So we're going to quickly have a look at the great Swede. Yes, I do believe that's where he's from, and Denge, yes, Team Jaguar. And as I did touch on early, yes, only half a tenth off, exactly right, my friend. And yeah, it would have been brilliant to be a fly on the wall if they're sharing the same party, because I do know they like to antagonize each other. It's actually quite funny. But yes, we will push on. We will push on. And Denge currently out there, as I did touch on early doors, the Team Jaguar in the Europeans version of this, well, this league, of course, are all the same members as what they were last season, Housey. And we did have a driver draw. It was all done at random with the pots and stuff like that. But I tell you what, must have been fate, because all the boys from last season in Team Jaguar all married up again and created the same team again, which is quite unbelievable. And Denge, of course, being a part of that. Same with Total Peas and the rest of the lads from the UK side of things here at Formula 4 Racing. But yes, Denge to get us underway here. We've got 3 3/4 minutes remaining in this Q3 session. We've got a provisional pole sitter in Droftas with a 1 minute 50.7, and Denge is in Sector 1.
Yep, he is. So he's just coming through turn 6, down into turn 7. Left hand up. Let's see how he tackles it. Yeah, not too bad. Be careful on those exit curbs in this weather. So this is the right-hander of 8, Stamford. Down into turn 9, left-hander called Padding, strangely enough. Lanes down straight and St Andrews Road. This is into turn 10, the Singapore Sling. Over Fullerton Road into turns 11 and 12, and then he's going to cross the Anderson Bridge and make his way into the tight left-hander of 13. Back to first gear, double short shift up, in straight into third. Over the LSPR Bridge, down heading into the right-hander of 14. Got purple sector 2.
Oh.
As he goes across Ruffles Avenue into 15, and then the right-hander of 16 here. Down that floating grandstand on your left-hand side, seems to float, and he's going under. Oh, he's going to run wide. Ooh! Sorry for the sound effects, that was close.
They're almost as good as my ones there, Housey.
Yeah. Oh, he nearly took that front wing off on under the tunnel there. So exits under the Demonstrators Bridge, and he's invalidated it.
Right on the last corner. Right on the last corner. So
that'll be the next lap as well.
Yes, it certainly will, and that'll be his, very close. If he's got the fuel, let's have a look to see if he's got the fuel. That fuel light ain't flashing.
He's not flanking.
Not yet, but the Extremist is next, and he's invalidated as well. So we've got currently I Am Sloth out there on an outlap. And we will go to Xerxes. Xerxes has got no nose. Xerxes' session is done. He will not get back out there again, but according to that screen, he has got no front wing. So he's had a bit of a mishap somewhere along the line, and he will put that safely in the pit lane, of course. Who else is out there? We've got 4MULA4Racing about to set another time run here in Q3, and 4MULA4Racing coming around that last corner now sets a 1 minute 53.6, and that is P6 for now, mate. P6 as the Extremist gets his lap underway, of course, and Denge, whereabouts is him? He's invalidated as well, and Denge is invalidated. We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. He has just got the time,
but he's from the lap before, though, wasn't it? That was from the lap before.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
On the last corner.
Thank you for reminding me, Housey. Yes, most definitely. And Denge is going to have to, like a cork in a bottle. He's absolutely going to have to send it and to get to that line just in time. But we'll focus on the Extremist because he's down there in P7, yet to set a time here, mate. And that is Rockstar Racing, folks. Yes, that is the livery. That is what the boys created. And, riding that with pride, of course, of all these boys in their own teams, of course, all had a hand in designing and creating their teams. So the Extremist in Sector 2 at the moment, very, very tricky part, especially in conditions like this of Sector 2. Well, it's tricky in the dry, it's treacherous in the wet, getting very close to those walls. That was a great camera shot of the, the left wheel. I don't know why we would need that one, but we will push on. Come on, please, Flick. There you go. And he's approaching the second sector. There's a 114.7 at the second sector mark, and not too bad at all. Let's just see how he fares in the last part of this lap, Housey.
Yep, I'm just trying to keep tabs. Sloth's invalidated, so I think Sloth's done. Further back in the second sector, so I don't think Sloth's going to get a lap on the board at all here. Where's Denge? Did he make it? He did make it, and he's gone purple in Sector 1.
As the Extremist coming up to the last corner now. Excuse me. Here he comes, the Extremist. Well, what's he going to do? He sets a 1 minute 53.9. P7. As you did touch on, Sloth has invalidated. So it's Denge Excuse me,
Denge,
and
yeah.
Denge is the one that we are all watching. Yes, there are boys out there on track, on laps, but and Denge is yet to set a time. So we're going to focus on the lad, and let's just see if he can pull himself up from P9 up into the top echelons of this top 10, and let's just see how he fares along. He's magented the second sector here, Housey, so he's absolutely on it.
Yep. DJ on a lap behind him, going slightly quicker as well. MP's on a lap, going fast as well at this point in time.
Well, Xerxes, we've got to pay
He's
respect
crossing
to
the
the
line.
great man there. The great man in George Morgan, of course. Yes. And Denge, here he goes under the bridge now. And, well, under the tunnel, would you call that a bridge? You call that more of a tunnel,
It's a
wouldn't
tunnel.
you? Yeah.
It's a tunnel.
It's a tunnel. Oh, he's out of fuel. And Denge's out of fuel. He's on the putt.
No.
He's out of fuel. And Denge's out of fuel. That is him done. DJ Death Dragon around the last corner. He sets a 1 minute 53.3. Oh, no.
Here comes Pill.
Oh, who was that?
Peas. It's Peas. It was Peas. He got this time on, though. He got his time. He got top. A bit
Wow.
crest over the line.
It'll be interesting to see what this timing chart does, because we've seen, was that Team Jaguar, Total Peas,
Yep.
in the wall. Oh,
Yep,
my gosh. And with that time, he puts it on pole position with a with a 1 minute 50.388, just pipping Droftas, just over a tenth of a second, with Droftas with 150.5, and Infamous Pillars in P3. As you can see the times there, folks. Xerxes, what a great job by that lad in P4, albeit mucked up his second final run, but still P4, which is quite good. DJ Death Dragon, come on, is our resident Arnie. Yes, the Dutchman in P5. 4MULA4Racing, P6. The Extremist, P7. And Denge in P8. And yes, I am Sloth, unfortunately, not to set a time. Failed to set a time, and, well, he will start in 9th position there, mate.
So that's P's second pole position of the season. He also had pole in where's that? Austria.
Well, there you go.
Second pole, and the 2 points that go along with it, as we do give the 2 points for a pole position in this league.
Yes, and fastest lap, of course, as well. So, well, if you couldn't have any more contrasting in tracks, there you go. So Total P's puts it on pole at Austria, as your good self did say, and here at Singapore, almost the complete opposite. It puts it on pole again, and well, I'll tell you what, lucky that was qualifying, because that had been any other session, especially during race conditions, he would have almost certainly have been out of the Grand Prix, but just set that time before he lost the rear end, and 1 minute 50.388 is damn good. So congratulations to all those boys as we wait for this rolling screen to, wait for this screen to sort of click over. Haven't got no clock. We're sort of stuck on this screen. We hope this is all good.
I had this last week and it did tick over, to be fair. I did panic last time because we had no time.
We'll just have to piddle paddle there, Housey. And while we're piddle paddling, we'll put up some championship tables for you guys. Yes, it'll be a bit of a rolling screen, and we'll get that up there for you now. There is the calendar as well. There it is. So Total P's on top with 143 points. Energetics, who we are missing, on 109. And Xerxes right behind him on 108. I am Sloth 105. And there are the pots as well there, folks. So that is where they are. That is who in this particular zoo, and good to see all the boys putting their hand up and trying to take control of their own individual pots. Yes, the constructors, there was one combined constructors of the two divisions, that in being the Australian and the European side. Add them all together, and there is our constructors. That is the calendar, folks. Excuse me. As we'll go back down, and Droftas sitting in P5 on 96 points. Infamous Pillars has just started to wake from his slumber there, folks. And Infamous Pillars in P6 on 90 points, just behind Droftas. So, well, I'll tell you what, this is starting to fire up. And I'm going to get rid of this screen, folks, because we have just started to load in. And there we go.
Yeah, Kaiser had to leave. So Kaiser's left the session. That's, I think, again, a down pat from the all shot down, losing the wheel thing and all that. I think that's tied in with it. So I think the lobby just glitched out. So hopefully Kaiser can get back in before the race gets underway.
Yes, let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. There's nothing worse than trying to get back into a session, of course, and Connectivity, such an important thing in today's game, of course, mate. You want to have a great connection, and not saying he doesn't, not putting that out there like that whatsoever, but it plays such a huge role in regarding to this game, more so than any other F1 game, I do believe, mate. So, yes, let's just hope that those two boys do, or that he gets into the session quickly and promptly as we wait for this, well, for the boys to load in, of course. We've got a formation lap on, and, well, 27 seconds to be exact. Thank you for the countdown clock, and we'll get this one underway. How's he?
Yep, we will. So we can just run you through a few little bits of notes.
Yes. Oh, hang on a minute.
Jot it down in the book if you like.
Statman 2.0 is about to do his thing. Take it away, Housey.
Okay, so we've had the same top three in the constructors for the last 3 weeks. So the same three teams have been in the top three for the last 3 weeks. Xerxes, or XS, or X, however you want to call him, is the only guy to have seen the flag at all the races so far for the Monster Energy team, which is quite impressive, seeing as he is the only guy out of 20 that's seen the flag week in, week out. Infamous Pillars and Drofters are the only two to have repeat fastest laps, although that's just been broken with P's taking a pole here. XS and Charlie Scott are the only two drivers to either stay in the same place or move up in the Drivers' Championship each week, so they've never gone backwards. So that's a good effort from those two. As I said earlier, P's has been in the top two all season, and he's on a 6-week run at the top at the moment, so no one can take that first place away from him in the championship. Top three changed first time after 5 weeks of being the same, so we've got a different top three going into this one. Energetics has moved himself up to P2. XS is up to P3, and XS is the first time for him into the top three, so now he's there. He's going to be looking to really hold on to that spot. Obviously, very talented racer, good lad as well. Race results last week, just in case anyone's interested going into it. Drofters was a P2, Chewy was P6, Charlie Sloth, I keep calling him Charlie Sloth because there's a radio presenter, Charlie Sloth. It screws me every time. Charlie Scott, sorry. So that was their best result, last week was their best results for Drofters in P2, Chewy in P6, and Charlie Scott in the Monster. Charlie Scott's first podium last week, P3 for Monster. P's first DNF last week, although it was connection issues, as we were just touching on before this, you was talking about, so it happens to the best of us. So that's about it for the stats in terms of what we've got for a minute before we get the race going. We've got a few more later, should we get a safety car.
Yes.
Run you through a few other interesting facts that I've got written down.
Of course you do, of course. Yes, you don't. You're not nicknamed Statman 2.0 for no reason. As George is in the chat saying, the new Portonian, that being Droftas for the win. So he's throwing his good dollars behind Droftas. And let's just see how Droftas fares along. If that is the extremist, that is the second time he has spun. I'm not too sure if that is him or not, but we did catch that while you were talking. On the back straight, the extremist had a bit of a mishap on an outlap. And Mazepin is around P18, Paul Watson P19, and Bloom Star in P20, taking their grid spots. So
the top 10 all on the mediums, and then you've got a little 11th to 14th on the hards, then medium on Kaiser, then a hard on Just Mikey, then 2 sets of mediums, LPE, Mazepin, PW and Bloom Star, all on the hards.
As we wait for these 5 famous red lights, we've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are go here at the Singapore Grand Prix. Great start by Total Peas. His infamous Pillars trying to make it on the outside of Droftas. No, he has to back out of it. And so far, so good. All safely through turn 1. Everyone has navigated, and Xerxes is down the order. Something has happened to Xerxes. Oh, no, what has happened there? We have got a full virtual safety car. So something has happened there, folks. Not too sure, and we'll just save that replay so we can show you boys and girls at home exactly how and what went down there. And we are under VSC, which is a good opportunity to let's have a look at this replay of the start. So far, so good. They all seem to get through turn one quite nicely there, mate. As, well, there's a bit of a Constantina effect, and there was Xerxes in the wall. So not too sure what happened to him, but unfortunate from that lad. But the majority of them all got through unscathed. We've got a Rockstar with no front wing there as we'll flick back to our live screen. And yes, Total P's leading this one here. As, well, there you go. George is saying hope Paul goes well. And yes, he's sitting in P16 at the moment there, mate, Mr. Watson, as we have just gone green and dropped us on the hunt for Total P's.
Yeah. Hello to Bozza. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Boz. Boz, man.
Resident tuning in of Bozza as and Den's looking for a move on DJ for fourth.
Oh, and DJ hanging it there as well. They certainly are. And, well, is DJ's going to get the inside for the next one? Oh, he's just brushed the wall there. Had to back out of it. There. And Denj takes fourth position.
Right over the back. Sloughs all over the back of DJ as well, looking to get in the mix. And then you've got All Shot down behind that as well, looking to get in the mix too.
So far, so good from all of these lads. We'll go to the debutant as well. Elbow, he's got the Extremist in front of him, and the Extremist is having a mare of a day. Yes, we did see him spin it on the formation lap. He has got no front wing, folks. So Elbow has moved himself up into 13th place. Yes, the debutant in Elbow. Great stuff by him. And LPE, where is he? He's got a time penalty already, unfortunate. Not too sure what happened to him, but he's running in 12th position. Louis Looster the Rooster, I think is what he nicknamed himself. So we'll try to run with that if we can remember there, Housey. We'll go back to I Am Sloth because he's about to make a move on DJ Death Dragon. Under braking, is he going to send it? No, he's not. He tucks in behind and thinks better of it. Live to fight another day there, Housey.
So LP was speeding under the virtual safety car, and it says he's got a drive-through, although it's saying just a penalty on our screens, so it's a bit strange.
Yeah, there you go. So he has definitely. It is a drive-through, and he'll have to serve that within 3 laps of us being green. And yeah, exactly right there, mate. So we've lost all telemetries. I do apologise, folks. We'll try our best to hang in this one. And I Am Sloth. Yeah, very close to the rear wing of DJ Death Dragon, getting a bit eager as the young Irishman. And well, our resident Arnie in DJ Death Dragon doing his thing. We'll have a flick back up to the top to see if there's any change there, and have a look at the 3 big boys. That is Total P's, Droftas, and Infamous Pillars, and Denj wants a piece of this, and Denj is starting to creep up on them a little bit. Then there's a bit of a gap to TJ Death Dragon, if I must say so myself, and there is 3 cars in succession, that of DJ, I Am Sloth, and All Shot Down for that good matter. And who is that in the background? 4MULA4Racing doing his bit as well in P8. Fantastic to see as Total P sets a fastest lap of a 1 minute 39.8 to get us underway there, Housey.
Mazda spins quite close to PW as well, just as we're getting some telemetry back now. Just happened to do it the old manual way. He was all over the back of him for this lap. He's just lost a little bit of ground now as they're settling themselves down.
Yeah, well, I mean, the early stages of let's go is sort of subsided a little bit. These boys are starting they're starting to hit their groove. DJ. And yes, I Am
Sloth. It's still going side by side. Look at this.
Fantastic move. And
All Shot Down getting in the mix as well.
He finally completed that move. And yes, DJ Death Dragon, I'm not too sure if he's just lost his rhythm there a little bit, but he's opened the door. And, well, I'll tell you what, All Shot Down fancies himself here, mate, as DJ is under the pressure.
Yeah, it certainly is. That's what happens sometimes, though. You get so focused on trying to defend, keep your eyes in your mirrors and behind you, that you just make those couple of mistakes, and then it lets a few of the other guys catch up or through. LPE now, he's gone in for that. No, he hasn't.
Oh, hang on a minute, mate. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. What has happened? What has happened? Not too sure at all. LPE's, he's unfortunately, Looster the Rooster has missing a front right-hand side end plate. He will need to box and get rid of that front wing, and he's got a drive-through as well. So that'll be a double. Yeah, exactly, mate. Bloomstar pulling his weight at the moment. He's up into 14th position and donning the number 86. He is right behind Just Mikey, and Just Mikey is a reserve as well. So the two reserves are almost nose to stern at the moment. We'll flick back up to the top as we'll have a look where All Shot Down and DJ Death Dragon battle resumed. All Shot Down does fancy himself here, mate, and he looks like he's very, very racy at this point in the Grand Prix, Housey.
Yep. Obviously, they're all on medium tyres. These top 8 runners at the moment, so there's no difference between the deg on the tyres. So all shot down, maybe just having a slightly better setup than DJ for the race. Obviously, you can go down the line of a qualifying setup or a race setup. So some of the boys just either way.
What has happened to Total Peas? Total Peas has lagged out of the session. There is a red X next to his name. Not too sure.
That last week.
Not too sure what has gone on. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I think he'd moved. I think he moved a couple of weeks ago. I think he was in moved for uni, and I don't think his Wi-Fi in his new place is particularly that good, because this is what happened to him last week, and he is the championship leader, of course. So he doesn't want this to keep happening.
He definitely does not, mate. And I'm not too sure if he's
all shot down. All shot down. He's going for a move here. Sorry to cut you off, Skate. But that was close. He was going to go for a send. Just about pulled it up in time. So he's all over the back of DJ. And as you said a couple of laps previously, just slightly untoward from DJ. He's normally once he gets past, he normally makes time on the guys that he's passed, but he's not getting away from all shot down here, so it's a very good performance from all shot down so far.
Yes, Total
Peas. The closest battles, if not the closest battle.
Total Peas is still out of the session. Howsy, your good self, do you want to see if you can get him an invite, mate, just for good measure? See if you can, mate. His name should, as you see it on that timing charts, is exactly how you should see it. Yep. And see if you can get him an invite and get him back into this session as Droftas and Infamous Pillars. Well, there you go. The two boys up the front. Have a look at that. Just 3/10 between them. That is Hello Kitty in Droftas. That is Golf Racing in the Amigo Infamous Pillars. And Dan just starting to come into his own here. Unfortunately, Total P's lagged out just ever so briefly, and Housey is doing his best to try to get him back in. The little Irishman, I Am Sloth in P5. Fantastic stuff. That is Rockstar Racing, folks. DJ Death Dragon has still got all shot down for company, and all shot down, that is Monster Energy Racing, as all shot down is very, very close. He has been for the last few laps, so must be hurting his front end a little bit there with the washout, of course, here at Singapore, as Chewy Racing is in P8. Golf Racing pretty much on his own there. He's got about a second and a half to all shot down. We've got Bannister there, and I've just lost all telemetries again.
Peas is back.
Peas is back. Fantastic. Great stuff, Housey. Great stuff by you, mate. Thank you very, very much. As Ramsell in P10 doing his thing for Team Hello Kitty. And interesting to note, have a look at the top 8, all on the mediums. Then you've got from P9 all the way down to P14 on the hard compound tyre, folks. So the hard compound obviously going to go a hell of a lot longer than the medium. And if I do say so myself, I remember from the Australian side, around about lap 14 is where the mediums say, I've had enough. And is when the crossover point is to come in and change the tyre compound to the hard, or whichever way you choose to go, of course. And then you've got Mazzaspin a little bit out of position there. He's in P15, but doing his thing. He's got Bloomstar in front of him, and in front of them is just Mikey. So these boys are pretty much running nose to stern.
Oh, Mikey lost it there on the exit of the last corner. He's just going to give Bloomstar and Mazzaspin a bit of a run here. Just Mikey, in all fairness, just being that little bit of a cork in the top of the bottle for Bloomstar and Mazzaspin here.
As Paul Wasson is there in P16. Kaiser, P17. The Extremist has had a bit of a mare so far, and he's been looking to bounce back as the lad in P18. Zerx is well and truly out of position in P19. And LPE, Looster the Rooster, I think is what we called him. And yes, he is in P20. We'll go back up to the top because Droftas leads Infamous Pillars by 3.5 tenths.
Yep, just about getting our timings back now. Also all shot down, still on the back of DJ Death Dragon for 6th position. I'm keeping an eye on that one whilst you watch the front.
Well, all shot down got a bit of a run on him now, but yes, that back straight is not long enough, is it? It's just quite not that long enough for him to get that move done. You'd have to get a great exit coming out of that just past the Anderson Bridge.
Who's that? We've got trouble for one of the Jaguar cars in Sector 2, just going into Sector 2. Who was it? It was PW. I'm not sure if he was getting out of the way or if he's got damage. Has he got damage? No. So I think he was just getting out of the way. Interestingly enough. So Droftas in the lead by half a second.
Battle
Yep,
resumed,
battle resumed.
Housey.
And then just trying to get there. He can see him up in the distance, can Andenge. So he's obviously 2 Jaguars, 3rd and 4th at the moment of Andenge and Pease. They're on the hunt, but Pease is quite a way back. But Andenge is going to do everything he can as we lose the timing again to get up to Droftus and Pills. All shot down, and DJ still going at it.
Oh, hang on a minute. He's going to make a move. Oh, he thinks better of it. He thought better of it. He tucks it. Oh, there you go. And he lifted, and he was a bit nice there to Mr. DJ Death Dragon. I think he's playing the long game. He's Mr. All Shot Down and looking after that beautiful front wing of his. Yes. As we've got Bozza in the chat saying, I wonder if anybody will pull off a 5-stopper like what he did last night. And, well, Bozza, that was unique to say the least. But you finished, and that's all that matters, mate. And All Shot Down, him and DJ, this is the battle to watch, folks. This is where we're going to stay. Yes, have a look at the inside line. We're right on his front wing here. And DJ Death Dragon, the launch he gets out of that corner after the Anderson Bridge is quite impressive. He just, All Shot Down, can't do anything about it. And he has to sort of tuck in and live to fight another day, find another position. He's sort of studying the back of DJ Death Dragon here and finding where he can make the move stick and where he cannot. And, well, I dare say this has been brewing for a couple of laps here, Housey. And I think All Shot Down is just waiting for his opportunity.
Yeah, obviously DJ looking good on the brakes as well, so it's making it difficult for All Shot Down. Let's just hope he can keep his patience and don't get a little bit too hot-headed and frustrated trying to make this move done and it make an end in tears. But he's got to run here because DJ's run wide on the last corner, but it's just not going to be quite long enough straight line for him to make that move. Could this go all the way? This could do these two, but look, Chewy's closing in now. Sorry, on the back of him as well. So them two just having a bit of a squabble and paying attention to themselves. Chewy in the Golf Racing car is closing in. It's just about in DRS. Here he goes.
Has he got it? Has he sent it? He said, "Oh, DJ's lost it." DJ with a bit of a drift session. Yeah, well, we're going to call it Tokyo Drift, but we are at Singapore and far from Tokyo. So there you go, DJ with a backhand slide, and he has just not lost one position. He has lost 2 positions, and he's gone from 6th right down to 8th, and that is unfortunate. Yes, Bozza, your man, Chewy Racing, is up in a P7, and well, you are a Golf Racing lad supporting the boys as we'll go back up to the top, and Infamous Pillars still on the rear wing of Droftas there. Hello Kitty versus Golf Racing. These two boys are loving the air at the front. Well, Infamous Pillars on the hunt. Droftas is trying to break that DRS zone and doing his best, might I add. But yeah, here we go. Hang on a minute. Callum Tyler, what has happened to Callum? Where is Callum? Callum has spun. Callum has spun and he's falling down the order. Oh no, that is disastrous for Callum. Paul Watson gets through there as well. And, well, while Callum's trying to spin himself around, he has lost the full front wing. He'll need to box and get that all fixed up. We've got the Extremist, his teammate in P18, who hasn't had a great day of it at the moment. Xerxes is trying to come into it. He's all by his lonesome. He's praying for a safety car as the Xerx. And let's just see if he can crawl his way back up.
I'm sure it will come.
At some point or another, yes, we are at Singapore, I'm sure. I'm sure at some point.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, All Shot Down.
After all that hard work.
Yes.
He gets the penalty, so not what he wants. Just noting as well, while we were watching that All Shot Down battle with DJ, Mazepin got himself up into P13. He managed to clear the reserve of Just Mikey, and there's the commentator's curse. As I say his name, 3-second time penalty.
Exactly.
Can we just not call people anymore? We're just going to say the person in first is the person in second. Because every time I do it, they make a mistake. Like, what did I say to you in the chat the other week, didn't I? A couple of weeks ago, I was saying, I was bigging up DJ, saying he's such a competent driver, and literally as I said it, he put it in the wall. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, that is the beauty of what we do. But what I tend to do, Housey, is I've got a couple of desks next to me, and every time I make a bold prediction, I just grab the desk. That way I'm grabbing some timber, and that sort of tries to cancel that one out for the boys. Do our best, of course. There are a couple of commentators in the chat at the moment, and I'm sure they're having a bit of a giggle because they know exactly what that is all about. But Infamous Pillars has started to drift off a little bit. It's just 4.5 tenths now. He's got DRS This is where he starts to make up that ground, but Droftas is just doing his thing. Very hard to rattle the Newportonian, and I dare say these two boys are loving this battle. Looking forward to seeing how this one unfolds. We are currently on lap 10 of 31 here, folks. We are just gone a third of the way through the Grand Prix, and looking to see where the main movers are. We'll go to the position changes for you guys and girls at home, and there you go. Up 8 places is Bloomstar. Fantastic effort by him. We've also got Mazzaspin up 5 and Denge up 5. We've got I Am Sloth and All Shot Down. Both are up 4. Unfortunately, the biggest losers of this Grand Prix in position place getting is the Extremist and Xerxes and Callum Tyler, as you can all see from P17, 18 and 19. Unfortunate, a couple of mishaps, and well, it doesn't take much, and the time penalties are there for yourselves to see. All Shot Down with 3 seconds, Bloomstar with 3 seconds, Mazzaspin with 3, and LPE, or Looster the Rooster as he likes to be called, with 8 seconds.
Yeah, just got 1 for speeding in the pit lane, so he's not having a good time of it. He's had a drive through for speeding under the virtual safety car. He's had a what is that, 5 second normally for speeding in the pit lane.
Correct, yeah.
So not going his way tonight, LPE. Interestingly enough, Callum Tyler, after losing that front wing, put the mediums on, so he's down in 19th. He's going to look to see if he can recover. Again, going to be one of those guys, along with LP and XS, that really want a safety car.
I'll tell you what, Pillars is very close to Droftas now. Pillars is very close. He makes himself big in Droftas's mirrors, but no, the Newportonian holds his line, and he's doing what the Newportonian does, and just putting the thing. And Denger's into the pit lane, is he? There he goes. Yes.
Yep, so he's going to try and get a bit of an undercut to gain some of that ground on Droftas. He's also putting on a wing, so obviously must have clipped the wall. So that's probably a forced stop for Andenge. He's stuck the hards on. He's going to see if he can go to the end, but what we got, 20 laps to go.
20 laps to go, my friend. 20 laps, and I Am Sloth has put himself up into 4th place. Great little effort by the Irishman, and, well, he's going about his thing inconspicuously. He's all there by his lonesome there on the track. He's got 3 cars in front of him. But, total Ps is 12 seconds up the road. So, well, and he's got All Shot Down, which is 8 seconds behind him. So, poor old Slothy boy is all by his lonesome there. He's just got to knuckle down, put in some good consistent laps. We have got pit stops about to approach for these medium runners. And, yes, pit stops are approaching in about 3 or 4 laps' time for the medium boys. And we'll just see how they fare. The closest battle on track is Andenge and DJ Death Dragon. And Denge and DJ battle.
No, it's Bannister. Is it? Where is he?
No, and Denge is about to make the move on DJ. And there you go. Is he going to send it? Yes, he certainly is. He should get this job done. And there you go. And Denge up into 7th position. DJ Death Dragon slots into 8th. And, well,
battle.
Yeah, great little battle this one.
Behind as well. Sorry for Bannister, Ramsel and Elbow are all having a little bit of a battle here as well. Behind.
Ooh. Well, a bit of a tank slapper from Ramsell. But yes, there is. He's got DRS. Elbow's got DRS. So very, very hard to make hay while they've both got DRS. Yes, the train does not help. It is great to keep you up in contention, but to make the move done is very, very difficult.
What is he doing? Droftas is in the pits along with Pills and Peas, and Droftas is sticking the softs on here.
Oh, there you go. So Droftas is going.
Choice.
Yeah, he's going left of field, mate. Left of field. He's put the soft compound on, and they're only good for. Well, we did see in the Aussie division that Nodsty made those softs last for 12 laps. But I tell you what, no way.
Yeah, we're talking 12 laps to go.
We're talking 6 laps max.
Mazzaspin having a spin. So, has he lost his wing? I think he might have damaged it. Oh no, he's still there, but he's coming into the box anyway. He's going to get rid of those mediums. Mazzaspin now down to 16th place in that Golf Racing car. DJ is also in the pits. I think he must have he's put on a set of hards. Not sure if he put a wing on there. Back up at the top, Sloth leads it on 11 lap old mediums, but he's being hunted down very quickly by Droftas now on those soft tyres. He's going to get this move done right here, right now, around the outside.
Well, there you go, and that is job done
Yes,
by Droftas.
indeed.
What a move! What a move by Droftas,
Nice move.
and that puts him back up in the first place. Now he'd want to stretch his legs ever so much, and
Yep.
because Infamous Pillars has come out on the mediums again, so Pills is looking to do a medium soft. As and Denge has lost a lot of time to Pills. Yes, he most certainly has. He most certainly has, and Denge will be looking to go to the end there though, Bozza, as Infamous Pillars will need to box. Same with Droftas again, because the softs ain't going to last, and you definitely need to run the two compounds, or any two compounds here at any Grand Prix, as Infamous Pillars does go around the outside of I Am Sloth, and that is fresh mediums versus quite used ones, and battle resumes, and Droftas already with a 2.1 second lead, and that is just exactly what he wants. He wants to stretch that even more so, knowing that Pillars has to box again. He'd want that deficit up around about the 6 to 8 second mark if he can manage that, which is a monumental effort, but he's going to have to put his foot down to build that gap, so to speak, there, Housey, because he's on the softs, as we did touch on, and he'll need to go another compound again. They are not going to make it to the end.
No, so we've got the two Jaguar boys, a bit of team orders there, and Denge getting out of the way for Peas. Peas going through. Just to touch on what Bozza was saying there, and Denge did lose a lot of time, but that was because he had a wing change. That's where he lost the time. I think he clipped the wing on the last couple of corners, just managed to, the right time of the track to clip the wing if you're going to do it. But he did lose that time, so we've got a yellow in sector 2.
And have a look at the battle between
What
Bannister,
battle have we got?
Ramsell, and Albo. And yes, they are all very, very close together there, Housey. Almost a second separates all three of them. And they are very, very close. Bloomstar fancies himself a bit of a, wants to join this battle, so to speak. He's slowly creeping up on these boys. And I wonder if these boys are paying attention to that timing chart to see if these guys, look at that, 0.2 of a second coming out of that corner. And, it'll be any moment now before Bloomstar taps on the back of Elbow here, and looking forward to seeing how these boys gets along. Droftas sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 1 minute 38.4 at this stage on lap 14 of 31. So 2.2 second lead. Now these softs have done 2 laps. You get the prime purchase out of them, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, of about 5 laps tops. And Infamous Pillars is doing his thing. He's hanging on to the back here of Droftas. It's still 2.1 seconds and doing his thing, as Ramsell says, I've had enough of this. He puts it in the pit lane, and he's going to change that tyre compound. Let's just have a look to see where the closest battle is. There is just Mikey. Puts himself up in a 10th with the boxing Ramsell, and Kaiser and Bloomstar just 0.4 of a second. These two reserve boys are having a good old crack, and looking forward to seeing how they fare throughout the race. Yes, that is the reserve livery, folks. And
3 in a row there, 8th, 9th and 10th, all reserves.
Yeah. Just Mikey might be a bit of a glitch or something like that, but that is they are all 3 reserves.
He had the correct livery on last week, so he knows what he's doing. To be honest, it's just a great glitch. So he's got the wrong paint. We had one car with a wheel. I mean, it's going well, isn't it?
It's going fantastically well. But yes, DJ Death Dragon all over the back of Extremist here, mate. And yes, DJ has boxed. This is 1 lap old hards versus 11 lap old hards. And DJ trying to make himself very big in the Extremists mirrors. And I dare say it's just a matter of time. It's hard. It's fresh compound versus the old hard compound. And I think it's just a matter of time here, Housey.
Yes, I believe it is. Sorry, I'm just saying see you later to Bozza in the chat, because Bozza's just off to work. So thanks for tuning in, Bozza.
Oh, Bozza.
Appreciate it, as always.
Have a great day, Bozman. And we will catch up with you soon. Oh, as DJ Death Dragon just kisses the rear wing of the Extremist there.
A little peck on the cheek.
Oh, he's getting very, very close.
Liked it.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
Elbow and Bannister getting close further up as well for 6th place. Elbow all over the back of Bannister. DJ picks up a penalty now. So not good for DJ. Penalties are starting to mass up for these boys. No safety car yet. They were about halfway through skate. No safety car.
Which is absolutely brilliant.
We're doing well.
Absolutely brilliant by these boys. But interesting to note, though, Housey, Infamous Pillars are starting to reel that gap in on Droftas. And I think these soft compound is just starting to die a little bit, mate. And as Bannister gets the move done. Oh, elbow around the outside. Oh, have a look at that.
Look at the two behind as well. Look at the two behind. They're there. Here we go. Dive bomb from Bloomstar on the Bannister. Pulls out of it. This is getting spicy here. 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th position. All line of stern. There's nothing to separate them. 3 reserves, isn't it? Yeah, 3 reserves.
3 reserves. That'll be Bloomstar, Kaiser, and Just Mikey. Bannister is there in the back of it. So Bannister is a monster energy racing lad, and Elbow is the other one who is the reserve. So yeah, you are right. 3 reserves: Elbow, Bloomstar, and Kaiser, all in this 6th to 9th battle that we are currently watching at the moment, mate.
So yeah, we have actually got 4 reserve drivers, and they're all in the top 10 at the moment.
Yep.
So they're doing a good job at the moment on those hard tyres, though. Oh, I don't know whether that was a bit of lag there, but LZ hit the wall. Elbow, he did touch the wall.
Ooh, he's getting very close to it on a couple of occasions. Yeah, it could be just lag. You probably are right there, Housey. But I'll tell you what, since he has sort of got there, look at him stretch his legs a little bit. 1.2 seconds now to Bannister, who's got Bloomstar. Bloomstar is all over the rear wing of Bannister here. And interesting to see how these boys fare along now on 15-lap-old hards. And we do know the hards can stretch a fair way. And be interesting to see. They should go on the medium, depending on how good they are on tyre saving, of course. But the medium hard or hard medium, whichever way you want to call it, is the optimum around here for a one-stop.
Bloomster up the inside of Bannister. Down into turn 7, gets the move done. No fighting it back this time, although he's trying, Bannister. Infamous Pills got the gap down to nearly a second at the front as well, Skate.
He certainly has, mate.
Watching these battles.
He certainly has, and been keeping a keen eye on that. Yeah, he's under a second now, so he's just within the DRS zone. He's well and truly within it now, and Pillars has got his racing helmet on today, as we have been enjoying this battle. But we'll go back up to the top, because he's starting to creep up on Droftas here. Droftas on, 4-lap-old softs. And this is the time.
Got a penalty.
Oh, Pills! Pills just gets a 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt him. That is going to hurt him, being so close to the leader. But yes, Droftas on 4-lap-old softs. He might be starting to feel the pinch of them right about now, there, Housey, because Pillars has just reeled it. He's reeled him in a matter of half a lap. And there you go. Pillars has just purpled the first sector. So Pillars is starting to fire up here, mate. And yeah, where is Peas?
All over the back of Sloth. And Sloth's touched the wall. So he's let Peas have a good run at him down here.
And there you go. Job done from Total Peas. The Jaguar driver moves up into 3rd place ahead of...
is yet to pit, though.
He certainly is. He's on 16
old mediums.
Well, that's an effort and a half from the young Irishman.
So that explains it.
Yeah, exactly right. He's just got no purchase. Look at the front right. If you go off this all right, it's all generated, but that front right looks absolutely ordinary, doesn't it? So, yes, this being a anti-clockwise circuit, so to speak, the front right does cop an absolute battering around here. Pretty much all the tyres do, but more so the front right than any other tyre. And Denger's about to make a move on Sloth, and yes, Sloth is a sitting duck. He needs to get rid of them. And Denge moves himself up into 4th place. Denge with a time penalty. Well, there you go. We'll go to the time penalties. And Pillars with 3 seconds, and Denge with 3, Bloomstar with 6, Allshot with 3, DJ with 3, Mazespin with 3, and Looster the Rooster down there in P20 with 14 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to keep that nickname, because after you've been bleating it out the whole session, he's not really had a very good session. So I think you might be off the Christmas card.
I was only doing what I was told there, brother.
Looking for a move. Hill's looking for a move. Oh, he's right over the back of Droftas now. Really close. Extremists got up a position over PW. DJ Death Dragon made a place about a lap or so ago as well, up to 12. So can he get this move done this lap, Pills? He's looking for it. He really is. 5-lap-old softs now for Droftas. As All shot down, makes a move on Just Mikey. as Just Mikey's coming into the pits. So the reserve driver, Just Mikey's going to drop down a few positions, but a solid effort from him so far. DRS then on board with Pills. I am.
Oh,
it's just, like you said earlier, it's just not quite long enough, is it?
It really isn't. It really isn't.
Over the Espelard Bridge.
That's sort of
it's just not quite.
It's sort of enough to bring you into contention there, Housey, but not enough to get the job done.
It's a trickery one, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I've got it. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. You know, luckily these boys are absolutely phenomenal racing drivers throughout the grid and can figure that out. But
there you go. Droftas peels off into the pit lane. There you go. He's peeled off, and that has freed up Infamous Pillars. This is where Pillars wants to, and he's got DRS on his first lap in clean air. And well, Pillars will want to put the hammer down right about now, as we'll flick down to Ramsell.
Or was it side by side?
Well, have a look at this battle. What a shot! What a shot we have got there, and Ramsell holds that position as the Extremist has to tuck in to think better of it. Oh, excuse me, made that position.
He made it.
And the Extremist on 15-lap-old hard compounds. Ramsell on quite fresh mediums. I dare say should stretch his legs a little bit. The Extremist probably be looking to box
good move, though.
Within the next 3 or 4 laps or so. I Am Sloth, interesting to note, is still out there on 18-lap-old mediums.
What is he doing?
I don't know. He's losing time, hand over fist here.
Well, he's not. I mean, he's got what, 22 seconds over Albo in 6th on 17-lap-old hards, but it's an interesting play this from Sloth. What's he going to be going? Medium soft, do you think?
Well, I mean, if you can make the medium soft work, I'll tell you what, all credit to the lad. But look at that first sector. In the first sector alone, he's already down 1.1 seconds on his previous best. So he's not really making any inroads, and he's struggling. He's absolutely struggling. No, he cannot. So we'll go down to Chewy Racing.
Going to knock the wing off soon enough.
Chewy Racing is started to catch up to Bannister here, and the gap is just 0.3 of a second right about now, Housey. And it looks like he's going to get it moved done. Yeah, he's going to send it. And there you go.
Outside,
great move. They've
not going to give up. They've run wide.
They've given each other some room there, and that is great racing by those boys. And Chewy moves himself up into P9, Bannister down into P10, but great job by those two. Fantastic racing, great wheel to wheel. Chewy and Bannister understanding where the danger was. One of them went wide to allow the other one some room, and that is job done. Great stuff by those two there.
We should probably see some of the hard runners beginning to make some stops soon. We've got Albo 18-lap-old hards, Bloomster 18-lap-old hards, Bannister 18-lap-old hards, and the Extremist on 16-lap-old hards, and the XS or Xerxes or X, the man of 3 names, on 16-lap-old medium hards as well. So surely they will begin to come in soon, bearing in mind, as we've said before, the mediums probably do 13, 14 laps, which we've only got 11 laps left. So if it was me, I'd be boxing right about now if I was on the hards of that distance, getting those mediums on.
Interesting to note there, Housey. Droftas has come back out on the medium compound. He's just purpled the first sector, so Droftas is looking to make amends. Yes, he did come out. He started the Grand Prix on the mediums, went to the soft, and then he's gone the medium. So medium, soft, medium is what Droftas is looking to do this Grand Prix in. Let's just have a look at Infamous Pillars. Well, there you go, 18.4 seconds over total Ps. And, Pillars looking to do his thing. Pillars will need to box again. Let's not forget, he did start on that medium compound. You do need to run 2 compounds here, and he will need to box. We are on lap 20 of 31 as Xerxes gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, unfortunately, as Infamous Pillars rounds that start-finish line, and there you go. So Infamous Pillars, 18.5 seconds ahead of Total Ps. Total Ps, I do believe, can go to the end. He does not need to box again, so maybe Pillars just needs to stretch that gap a little bit. Doesn't want to fall too far behind. About 25 seconds to do a complete pit stop around this magnificent circuit. So
penalty, and then...
Oh, that is unfortunate from Andenge, yes. And
Droftas. By Droftas as well.
Exactly right. Andenge is being passed by Droftas. Droftas moves himself up into 3rd place, and he's got the hammer down. This is all about the laps now from Droftas. And
Sloth, though. Sloth, is he going to pit this lap? Sorry, yes, he is finally going to pit now for 19 laps. He's just lost hand over fist, though. I mean, he had a 22-second gap to Albo behind him. And that gap's now down to 13 seconds. So he's lost like 9 seconds there in what, 2 laps, 3 laps max.
The proverbial falling
Really
off the
dropped
cliff
the
is what
pace.
they like to lose.
He's put the softs on.
And he's put the softs on, so he'll be trying to run them and stretch them to the end, which can
And a
be
wing.
done. Can be
And a
done.
wing.
Oh, there you go, and that
Was that a
explains
wing as
everything.
well?
So, while Bloomstar and Elbow battle resumed, 20-lap old hards. They've got to be feeling the pinch at some point, and I reckon they're probably going to try to stretch them another couple of laps to be quite safe on that soft compound. Bloomstar has really come into his own in this Grand Prix. Fantastic to see. P6, great result by him, or great effort by him so far. All shot down up into P7, and he started to come back into it as all shot down. Great stuff to see. As we flick through the field, as we've got a couple of position changes. Just Mikey and Kaiser. Kaiser, what has happened to him? He's maybe had a bit of a spin, I'm not too sure. But Kaiser has moved up in a 14th position and has gapped him quite considerably, considering he just got by him a couple of corners ago. Ramsell and DJ Death Dragon, the two Hello Kitty boys, P10, P11, and they are doing their thing. DJ is starting to come up to Ramsell, but Ramsell on 6-lap-old mediums, DJ on 8-lap-old hards, and well, those two will be pushing towards the end of the Grand Prix. They do not need to stop again. So that is pretty much where we're all at here, Housey, as we'll flick up to the closest battle on track, and that is Bloomstar versus Elbow, yeah.
It's all over the back, yeah, he's all over the back. I've just been watching that while you've been watching the other battle there, and he's been right on the back of him, so close to touching him. He's also picked up a penalty in the last couple of corners, so he's pushing Bloomstar. Really is. All shot down behind him in 7th, trying to gain ground as well. Excess picking up a few penalties here, and Bloomstar's pitting, so he's done with those 20-lap-old hards. He's going to be looking to do the undercut on Elbow here, who's kept out for the 21st lap now on the hards. So we'll see where they pop out in a lap or two's time. And Denge in the pits as well. So he's dropped down to 7th now.
So interesting to note though, Housey, Droftas' start, he can actually see total Ps, and he's within 1.6 seconds of total Ps, as Xerxes gets well and truly out of the way of Droftas. Much appreciated, Xerx, as Droftas is in 3rd position on the hunt for total Ps, and then infamous Pillars will be next. Pillars has not built that gap though, mate, and well, he needs to box again. He's only got 19.3 plus 1.2. It puts him roughly about 21 seconds ahead of Droftas. Now, when Pillars box, Droftas should comfortably take the lead of this Grand Prix. So this could work out quite nicely for the new Plutonian. He is going to be quick.
Pills is going to be quick though on those soft tyres at the end. So this one could go down to the flag. I can't remember. I think it was a couple of races ago. I was commentating on one of this, and pretty much the same thing between these few. You know, they know what they're doing, and it was like, the last 2 laps was tooth and nail stuff. Different strategies, but at the end, coming to the same bit of tarmac at the same time.
Yeah.
Very good racing.
Yeah, as we're watching.
Rams was all over the back of Slough here.
And then Denge is all over the back of Chewy here. This is a battle for 6th and 7th, Housey. And Chewy and Denge battle resumed. And Denge looking very, very racy on that fresh medium. And I think he's going to get this job down the start finish straight. Oh, he's gone the inside line. And that is a great preparation for the move. And he's got it done. Great move by Denge. As I Am Sloth is in P8 on that soft compound. Let's just see how much ground he can make up before they start to die off, because that'll be a good reference point for Pillars, as Sloth runs wide, and he's just got a time penalty for that. Oh, unfortunate. And yes, Droftas all over the back of total Ps now, Housey.
Yeah, he's just had to sit back a little bit there. Obviously he's got the fresher tyres, 3-lap-old mediums versus a 10-lap-old hard, so it's only a matter of time for Droftas. Now he's on the back of Ps. Ps isn't going to make it easy, but I'm sure he's not going to do anything silly. I think maybe down a straight into turn 1, perhaps, if he can get a decent enough drive out the final corner. But P's getting a good drive, actually. Just gapped him slightly.
Ooh.
So might just not be quite room.
I'll tell you what, it looked like a bit of a power slide there from Peace coming out of that last corner. I do apologise, Housey, but he definitely did keep it. And Droftas is looking to make the move. Look at him hunt. I love the way this bloke hunts. And he's in P3, looking to take P2 away from Total Peas. And I dare say this is just a matter of moments. The DRS ring wide open. And Droftas is shaping up Total Peas here. Under braking. And yes, he gets that job done well and truly before the corner. Great job by Droftas. And now he's looking to make inroads on Infamous Pillars there, who does need to box again. Let's just remember that, folks. He does need to box again. He has only run the medium compound, and Pillars will need to stop. So, technically, as it stands right now, Droftas is, well, net P1.
So, Albo up into 4th place now on 23 lap old hard. So, I'm not quite sure what he's doing. I think I'd have pitted before now, although he's in a decent position, but he's going to drop that 25 seconds.
Well, this is not...
He pits finally, because he's got to pit, surely. He has.
Well, he has to pit. He has to pit.
Let me just double check.
Yeah, that's the only...
double check.
That's the only compound he has run.
Run the hard.
Yeah, and Denge has just got by him, yeah.
And all shot down. And all shot down there as well, looking for it. But it should be easy pickings for those lads. 23 lap old hards. Isn't going to feel nice as all shot down looks around the outside.
What a move.
Is he just about sees it.
Oh, hang on. That Elbow will have the inside line for this next corner.
Oh, no, this is going to go wrong.
Oh, Elbow's around. Elbow is around. And there you go. And that is him, well, falling down the order. And he spun himself back around, facing the right way. And Ramsell inherits that 8th position. DJ Death Dragon up into 9th. And Elbow will be falling down the order. He needs to get rid of that hard compound. 23 lap old hards.
Slough up the inside into turn 14 on Chewy.
Great move
done. So that's Rockstar versus Golf. Those 2 lap old soft tyres for Sloth. He's using them to his advantage at the moment, but as we saw earlier on Droftus' car, they do wear out quick.
They definitely do.
He's going to have a few laps here with the optimum pace, and then he's going to have to manage them towards the end. Obviously, lighter fuel load should be a little bit better, but not going to be ideal for the last few laps for Sloth. But what's he going to get to? 5th? Is he going to get 5th? I don't think he's going to get any further, is he?
Well, let's just have a look at these penalties for everybody at home there, mate. And yes, well, Allshot has 3, Sloth has 3, Chewy 3, Ramsell 3, and DJ with 3, and Denge with 6 seconds. But he's a little bit up the road from these boys. So, yeah, this is all for battle positions on track, unless someone picks up another time penalty. And we don't want to say that. I'm grabbing as much timber as I possibly can. But, yes, there you go. Sloth makes the move stick and gets by Allshot down. But Allshot down, hang in there, mate, because those softs are going to die off very, very soon, my friend. We are on lap 26 of 31. And, well, Infamous Pillars leads the way from Droftas. He's boxed as Infamous Pillars. Where is Droftas? Droftas takes the lead of the Grand Prix. And, yes, there he is there. Well and truly in the lead. Look how much time he has put on the boys. And, yes, Pillars come out 4-5 seconds behind Total Peas. Total Peas
he's at the wall. He's at the wall on the way out.
Who has? Oh, he's hit the wall on the way out. He's got no end plate. And, he'll need to box and get rid of that. Oh, it's gone from bad to worse for Pillars. He was shaping up for a good run home. And, unfortunate for Pills, but there is still a good fistful of points on offer. But, yes, Droftas, that is a sigh of relief. He can relax now and just do his thing because he's got Total Peas on 13-lap-old hards. And no disrespect to Total Peas. He's a great, great driver. But he ain't catching Droftas on 13-lap-old hards. While Droftas has got 6-lap-old mediums. And, this will be a formality, so to speak. And Xerxes is out. Xerxes is out. What has happened to Xerxes? What has happened to Xerxes? Where is he? And he's gone deep into the wall, and that is him done. And we have a safety car, folks. We have a safety car.
Isn't it? On 10.
Yeah, lap 25, we get our first safety car.
This is going to throw the cat in the pigeon, so they're all boxing now, by the looks of things.
Well, this is sort of almost...
Sloth, Ramsell, DJ, just Mikey, happened in the Australian League. I know what you're going to say with a few laps to go earlier.
Yeah.
Really spiced the end up. So all those guys now that are behind the pit lane or the entry, is who is that? We've lost Callum Tyler as well. Sorry, just noticing that Callum Tyler is in the wall at where is that?
Where is
turn
he?
14? I think turn 14. He was in the wall just over the Espionage bridge down that DRS zone on the right hander of 14. He was in the wall there. So we've lost him.
Well,
we also lost LPE at some point somewhere along the line.
We've got a bit of an explanation from the man himself, Xerxes, in the chat saying that, well, his rear wheel was caught by Callum and he spun, and that was his race done and dusted. So Paul Watson looking to put the soft
Callum's
compound
out
on.
as well.
They're all putting the soft compound on.
Out.
And there you go. Droftas comes out with
to.
the first set of softs as well. Total P's. Look at that. Look at this. So Infamous Pillars, well, I tell you what, that safety car sort of saved him a little bit there, if I do say so myself there, Housey, with an uncharacteristic error from the lad.
Do you want to do I'm not sure how many
Oh!
there, or if it's worth doing it, but
Yep.
do you want to do a driver day poll?
What's wrong with
Just
me,
while we're on
Housey?
the safety
I keep
car?
forgetting.
You just like me to keep nagging you. That's all it is. You don't need to remember now, because you know I'm going to jump in and tell you. Like earlier, that Jaduku called to tell you that was me in the Discord.
Oh, was it?
To tell you. Yeah, because I was watching it work, but I'm not connected through work for the chat and stuff, so I couldn't actually write a message in. So I had to go and I had to do it the back doorway and go through the Discord and say, "Hey, somebody remind Skate."
Much appreciated, mate. And yes, I did forget. I don't know, mate. The older we get, eh? The older we get.
Yeah, I know. So these boys swapping places a little bit under the safety car, few going up and few down. Just as Skate does that driver of the day. I'm just having a look at position changes. So it's not really any massive. The most gainer at the moment is actually P14 is Bloomster, up 6 places.
Yeah.
Generally, pretty much the whole grid's gone up 4 places by the looks of it. Just Mikey now just get himself up 1 extra place, as Bloomster now gets 7. So Bloomster up 7, just Mikey up 5. And then we've got Ramsel, Bannister, all shot down, Sloth, and Denge, and PW all up 4. Biggest loser still running is, who is that? The Extremist in 12th position at the moment.
As we welcome Swanshanks. Where are you, Swanee? Swanee, baby, is in the chat. Welcome. And yes, Swanshanks is in the chat. We are on lap 27 of 31 under safety car conditions. The driver of the day poll has just gone into the Twitch chat, folks. Get your votes in, and that will determine our driver of the day. Yes, we are under safety car conditions. Lap 27, lap 28 of 31. And Droftas, well, there he goes. He gets a good view of that Aston Martin. Behind him, Total P's. Next in line is Infamous Pillars with an uncharacteristic error from his pit stop. Just cluttered the wall there. The safety car came out and sort of saved the day for the lad. He is in 3rd position, exactly where he wants to be in. But I'll tell you what, all those boys around him, they're all in the same compound. And Pillars does have a 3-second time penalty to boot. So Andenge is in P4 doing his thing as what Andenge does. I am Sloth in P5. We'll get rid of that position change to put the tyres on. I do apologise. All shot down is in P6. Chewy Racing in P7. Orange and Black Wing for most of this race. Well, Mazza's been doing your thing. Well, mate, safety car, get her fixed and send it for the next 4 laps or so. We've got Bannister doing a great job, is Bannister.
Yeah, looking good. No pens as well, so he's going to, if he can just keep on the back of this pack in front of him for the last remaining laps, he's going to do a blue dog and almost jump himself up somewhere near the podium if he can stay on the back of him.
Exactly right. We've got Ramsell following him very close behind in P9. DJ Death Dragon, come on, in P10. Just Mikey, the reserve driver in P11. The Extremist, the Extremist has had a bit of a tough day to his own admission, so to speak. He's been in the pit lane a few times as the lad. He's in P12. Bloomstar in 13th position, up a few spots is the lad, doing a great job as a reserve. Albo on his debut in P14, Paul Watson in P15, and Mazzaspin down the back in P16. As he did touch on, he is he's run with an orange and black ring. wing most of this Grand Prix. Well, unfortunately, we have lost Callum, Xerxes, LPE, or Looster the Rooster as he likes to be known, and Kaiser. So we'll go back up to the top. Safety car still out. The boys have caught, and it is in this lap.
Coming in.
So we'll stay with Total P's here because we don't like to give the boys the opportunity.
Carnage.
And yes, we do feel for them. Got to feel for the guy with a bugged race. Yes, that is. I'm Vega 84. Yeah, we do. And well, that is racing for you, mate. And unfortunate, but this is the world we live in today. And we're about to go green. And Droftas has gone. Total P's ain't letting him go. And Droftas does have a battle on his hands. He's on lap 29. 2 more laps remaining as Albo gets a 3-second time penalty for the restart of cutting the track. And hang on a minute, what has happened? We've got a couple of slow boys down the back. Mazepin, I'm not too sure what is going on. Oh, they're probably just getting out of the way. Yes, they are a lap down. Yeah, Paul Watson and Mazepin just getting out of the way of the boys. As Total P's, there will be no DRS. No DRS. This is a battle to the end. And this is no DRS. There will be plenty of ERS spending on the next 2 laps, of course, because there is no DRS. We have had a restart on lap 29. The DRS is available after 3 laps, and yes, there is no 3 laps remaining, only 2. So there will be none of that. This will be a battle for position on true pace, and Droftas leads Total P's by 0.4 of a second. Infamous Pillars is thereabouts. Have a look at the top 4. Absolutely break away from the rest of the pack. I Am Sloth is trying his best to hang on to this one, but I just think those boys in front of him just a little bit too quick for him at this stage. But yes, he's doing a great job nevertheless. But Total P's and Droftas penalty free up the top.
We missed out.
Oh, there you go. Extremist is out. Where is he? And there he is there. Oh, no. He's missing a wheel. And that is his race done. Unfortunate for the Extremist. He's just had a shocker of a day today here at Singapore. Oh, and Total P's very, very close to the wall there. Had to pull away from it. He's still got a full front wheel. Oh, and again, he's pushing the limits of this track. And this is going to be a cracking battle. We are on lap 30 of 31. Droftas sets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 37.031. So, well, have a look at this. This is heating up very, very nicely there, Housey.
Hasn't worked out for the Bannister. One thing I hadn't noted is the fact that he didn't actually pit under that safety car, because he's got 6-lap-old softs on as opposed to everybody else's 2 or 3-lap-old, and he's dropped from 8th down to 11th. Still penalty free, but he's got the reserve of Just Mikey in front of him in 10th, also penalty free. So maybe swinging
there it is there.
Now.
There it is there. Total P's.
Done.
Total P's gets a 3-second time penalty, and that is unfortunate. He's getting pressured by Infamous Pillars, and Pillars just forced the error there. Pillars looking to make a move here, and he's getting real racy. We're on the penultimate lap here at Formula 4 here at Singapore, and let's just see if Pillars can get this job done. Droftas has bolted. He's absolutely bolted, and he has won the driver of the day. According to the viewers at home, that is you guys and girls there, voted for Droftas to win the driver of the day. But Pillars is shaping up Total Peace here, and this is a battle for second place, mate.
Yep, sorry, I was just paying attention. Albo and Bannister really going at it down for P11. A little bit tight between them. Albo, he's got the job done now as Bannister runs wide. So not the best restart from Bannister after bigging him up. That's again that commentator's curse going on. But Albo was getting quite aggressive there, to be fair.
Whoa, hang on a minute!
Qualified.
What's going on here?
What? Failed to use the correct compounds of tyres. Droftas. Where is he? Sorry. I'm looking in director, you take it. How is that right?
How is that right?
He's on a medium soft. So how can that be right?
I don't understand
That could be a glitch. That's a glitch, surely.
Surely it's got to be. Surely it's got to be.
Has to be. We're going to have to look at that one.
We're going to have to look at that one because that is... I don't know. This game, oh my God. Come on, Cody's, fix your rubbish because we have got great races. Everyone is... Well, this race was full of them, is what Xerxes is saying. But yes, come on, Cody's, fix your rubbish because we've got some great races, some great talent all across the world fighting out on for positions on every race. And doesn't matter this league, any league, and it is unfortunate what they have to go through, what we have to put up with, and we want you to fix your stuff ASAP. Yes, we understand you're putting out new sticker kits, new tracks, but how about fix the actual workings of the game? But Infamous Pillars is all over the back of Total P's here. We are on the last lap of the Grand Prix. Droftas should win this one. He should have. Don't know what's going on. We'll have to speak to him after the Grand Prix. But Total P's coming around the last few corners now. Has Infamous Pillars for company. And have a look at Andenge. Andenge is there as well. So it's the top three. This is Jaguar, Golf Racing, and Jaguar. And so All Shot Down should inherit that third position. Let's just see how this one pans out, Housey. As Total P's, takes the checkered flag.
Over the line.
Well, there you go. I don't know how to read that, but Infamous Pillars
does jump to the podium.
Infamous Pillars inherits the lead of the Grand Prix, takes the win, and Denge
spun on the line. Spun out the last corner.
And Denge P2, All Shot Down P3. Total P's is going to cross in P4. I Am Sloth, as you did touch on, spun, crosses the line P5. Chewy Racing P6, Ramsell P7, Just Mikey P8, DJ Death Dragon P9, and Glitch Masters more like it. Yes.
Yeah. I think it could be.
Yeah, I think it could be.
Could be a bit of a.
The game has awarded the driver of the day to
session.
Just Mikey, but we have given it to Droftas, and Droftas will come into the commentary box, of course. But that is.
To be fair,
that is.
I'll have to give.
Is that Pillars? That is Pillars, or is that Droftas? Sure.
I'll have to say my driver of the day was actually All Shot Down. I think he did a fantastic job. Obviously, finished in P3 on the podium, but obviously with that issue for Droftas. But All Shot Down, I think, done a brilliant job. Started 10th. Pot 3 driver as well. Some of those boys in front of him are all pot 2, pot 1 drivers or in and around him. I think he's done a brilliant job.
Well, there you go. There is the running order, folks. And, according to this running order, we'll get Droftas in the commentary box very, very soon. But there you go. Infamous Pillars and Denge All Shot Down are our top 3. Total P's in P4. I Am Sloth with a great result by him, starting from 9th on the grid. And same with All Shot Down. Starting from 10th, comes up to 3rd. Chewy Racing, great effort by him as well. Ramsell P7, Just Mikey P8, DJ Death Dragon P9, and Albo on his debut takes out 10th position. We'll go down to a Bannister in P11, Bloomstar 12th position. The fastest lap of this Grand Prix was done by Droftas. We'll just wait for this to tick over and for the stewards to do their thing. There we go. And we'll go quickly back up to the top. And there they all are there. We're going to go on a brief pause, get these boys in for a driver interview. And yes, we will be back with you in one moment. Please bear with us. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We've got Infamous Pillars and Denge and All Shot Down in the commentary box. Excuse me, we did have Droftas. We're waiting for Droftas to join as the driver of the day, but he might not want to join after that bit of, Glitch Masters doing their thing. But I'll let Housey take over and take over these driver interviews and get these ones underway. So take it away, Housey.
Okay, to me then. So we'll start off with our third place driver today, who inherited that slightly on the last couple of laps there, with Droftus being disqualified. But we'll go with what we've got at the moment. So the third place driver, all shot down. All shot down. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm all here, man.
Yeah, so give us a little bit of a lowdown on your race. I mean, I did personally say there in the closing moments of the commentary, I think even though Droftus had the driver of the day on the pole, I think I would have given you driver of the day. Really, really solid drive from you. Being a pot 3 driver as well, obviously, both a lot of guys around you, pot 1, pot 2 drivers, so you must be happy with a third.
Yeah, I actually thought I was battling for 4th up until I crossed the line, and then when it said P3.
Yeah, Droftus got disqualified the lap before, so...
Right, okay, but yeah, no, just from start to finish, it was just trying to keep the car out the wall and picked up a penalty like normal, but I'm just surprised I'm actually here, to be honest.
Well, you know, you've got to keep your wheels on your wagon and keep it clean, which I think you pretty much did throughout the whole race there. Like I said, I was very impressed by your drive, considering the company that you've got around you. These boys are pretty quick here.
I've got to say something though. In qualifying, all shot down. You were running around on 3 wheels on our screen. How was that for you, mate?
Yeah, it was actually more of a setup choice. We went just to try and get those extra fucking points, but it turns out because of that, I wasn't allowed to take part in Q3, so it came with its downside.
Oh, there you go.
Amazing.
There you go.
Yep. So far, your best result, you've had 3 6th places. So Netherlands, Austria, and Bahrain 6th place. So to get up to the podium, your first bit of champagne here in Formula 4, you really deserved that one, and enjoy the taste of the champagne.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Great job.
Good job, thank you very much. So we'll move on to our resident nice guy here. It is the birthday boy from last week, the winner from last week. It is Andenj, driving for the Jaguar team. Andenj, 8th on the grid, up to 3rd, up to 2nd. Bit of a crazy race there, with the safety car coming in late. Obviously moved up a position through that disqualification from Droftus as well. Just give us your thoughts on the race.
I have no idea what I was doing half of the time, to be honest. Like literally, I had 2 wing changes. Like in the start of the race, I was trying to keep up with Pillars and Peace and Dan, but they were just way too quick. So I was in no man's land for a while, and then I went hard to the end. That was the plan, and I was planning on playing a Bottas because Dan went in for his 2nd stop. I had no idea that Pillars and Dan were doing a 2-stop, so my plan was doing like a little bit of a Bottas guy for peace. I ended up doing very horribly. I don't know if you caught that on stream, but I ended up spinning in the final corner like wee into the wall and driving half a lap without the front wing. Luckily, I went out again, and then the safety car came out. So I'm pretty pissed at myself because I got penalties, and then I have no idea what happened at the end there with Dan's DNF and the penalties. But hey, if I have a podium, I have a podium. I'm glad to be here.
It was a disqualification for you not using the correct tyre compounds, which he definitely did.
He definitely
did. The stewards will be looking into this one. Things might unfortunately change, but for the moment, you've got P2. I mean, if worse comes to worst, you should keep a podium position and drop down to 3rd, perhaps if Droftus is reinstated. But I don't know, this is going to be an argument for the stewards on the Discord. But a solid drive again from you, Andenj. You know, you do impress me week in, week out. Love to do commentary for you, and another good result. So we'll look forward to next week in, where are we next week, Skate? Russia.
Thanks, man. I'm just working on that consistency. I feel like I've gotten a hang of it now.
Yep,
well, that is
the key to success. Yeah, key to success. Keep it going now for the remainder of the rounds, and we'll see where you finish up. But another good drive. So well done. Congratulations. So we'll move to our race winner, or as we had it anyway for the moment, it is Infamous Pills. So 3rd on the grid, takes the win. Give us a little bit of a lowdown on the race there for you, Pills.
Hating every minute of it. I fully expect to be like P3 by the end of this, but I mean, I don't really know what to say because one, I didn't deserve to win. Two, I didn't have the pace to win it. And three, it was yeah, just hated every second of every minute of every lap and happiest done.
Yeah, I think we all get that feeling with Singapore, but it doesn't help with the glitches and things that we seem to have had tonight. Really does throw a spanner in the works. Obviously, we'll do the best we can, but some of these factors are out of our control.
Well, hang on a minute,
take what you
though.
can for a minute.
Exactly right, of course. Yes, infamous Pillars being the inaugural champ. He's just started to wake from his slumber. He wants to clock up these points, get some consistency back into his racing. And I'll tell you what, if he does take a podium at the end of this one, when it's all said and done, all credit to the lad. Yes, that's what he wants. He wants the top three, and he's got to just keep clocking them up every week. Yes, that's how he won it last season, by getting 14 podiums. I tell you what, Pills, that is exactly what you want. Let's not forget, you are the reigning champion, so the season ain't over. She's not even halfway through, Pills. So come on, mate. You haven't fired a shot yet. Let's fire up. Let's go, son.
Yeah, I know. I need to keep going, really, but it's like today. Obviously, I'm not a massive fan of the track, but I mean, move on fantasy, don't we? And you know, at the end of this, I'll take P3. You know,
100%.
That's how I'm seeing it right now.
100%.
It's been a bit up and down, really, hasn't it, for you? I mean, you've had a third in Baku, you've had a second in Japan, a win in Hungary, obviously this one here, but a couple of DNS did not start. So maybe, again, with those, if you'd have managed to start those races, you've been a little bit further up in the table, but we obviously all know your calibre, so I'm sure you'll pick it up going forward and get in the fight.
Hopefully, but obviously, you know, a couple of mistakes, and this is exactly how it was start last season. Just decided to start bottling things early doors, but you know, hopefully things start changing about and
exactly.
And just hit the podium every week, and we'll take it from there.
Get those mistakes out of the way, early days.
Hopefully by the final race, you know, it'll all be to play for, and go out there and hopefully get back to back. But I mean, at the moment, Pease is just dominant, and all credit to him.
Well, it's very sporting of you, and very well played there. So, Infamous Pills then are winner for the minute, at least, as we sit. So, congratulations, Pills, and we will see you next week at Russia.
Cheers, thank you.
Back to you, Skate. Do you want to close it up?
Yes, I certainly will. We have been joined in the commentary box by, as voted by you, the driver of the day, Mr. Droftas. Now, we did see a bit of a Glitch Masters thing happen towards the end there, where it did disqualify him and say that he did not use both tyre compounds. I can assure you, he used more than those two tyre compounds. He actually boxed 3 times and, 4 times if you include the last one under that safety car. And, Droftas, give us your point of view, mate. Great race by you, mate. I tell you what, I really enjoyed when you came out and you were on the hunt. As you do know, I love when you hunt, but yes, what happened there at the end?
No idea, just went over the line and that was it. Game took over and said you've been disqualified, but I know P's had damage behind me. I pulled the gap for the DRS going on to the final lap, and that was it. It was in the bag until then.
Yeah, it certainly was,
Codemasters
mate.
said, "Nah, we don't like it."
Yes, exactly right. I mean, it took them up to 12 years to get to this point. Gee, I hate to see what it's like in another 12. And, anyway, we'll push on. But nevertheless, mate, from go to woe pretty much up until that point, you had this one under control and... great drive, mate. It was very enjoyable to see you go about your craft out there, and safe to say Singapore is one of your favourites.
Any street track, I like them. They're good.
Go.
Good fun. I do this race every day.
Well, there you go. Well, that is unheard of. You don't hear many people say anything like that regarding Singapore. But Droftas is unique. Yes, the new Portonian is our driver of the day here at Formula 4, regardless of what Glitch Masters reckon. But we are going to say that, and that is one for the stewards. We will keep you updated next week on this week's results, of course. But for us, for now, anything more to add there, hello there, Housey?
Oh, no, I need a drink. That's what I need to add.
Well, fantastic
hectic.
stuff. We have enjoyed this one, bringing it to you, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as what we have. But for us, for now, we are Formula 4 Racing. Goodbye.
Catch up.